This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
I am Gary Dell'Abate, and on Monday's wrap-up show, we talked a lot about the block party. There's a lot going on. Is Scott fired? Does Shirley have the right to fire him? Does Ronnie know which way he wants it to go? Does he want Scott on? Does he not want him on? You're going to find out all of that right here.
At the end of the show, we had the big block party blowout. And Scott, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to talk to you before the other guys got here, because you've been accused of sometimes you'll say you're joking after throwing a fit when you're clearly not joking. And I wonder if why do you do that? Is that a defense mechanism?
It must be, but if you think the block party, yeah, I was mad when they did the prank in between shows. I was really mad.
Now, which was the one in between shows? I know about the bus prank and the plane not prank. What was the prank in between shows?
Where I'm going on last.
Oh, that was a prank? I thought they actually told you that.
Well, that was the prank. That was the prank to get me mad.
See, I didn't think that was a prank. I thought you got mad because they actually said go on last.
Well, they did say it, but it was supposed to be a prank.
So Julie didn't say it to you because he didn't think you were doing well and he didn't want you. See, that's where I'm confused.
No. They had the promoter Sequoia come in and explain to me that I was going on last.
Yeah,
By the way, I knew nothing about this part of the deal anyway.
What is he doing here?
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
He's one-third of
okay.
the. You should kiss his ass because
his time
he could have totally thrown the guillotine down today, and he didn't say a word. In the sense that he could have said, "I want Scott out." It would have been an end of conversation.
If that's what they want,
but he didn't. He was sort of. Despite all your shortmings that Shirley sees, he seems to like
Let's
you.
get back to the prank. They came in between shows in San Francisco. The promoter sat down next to me and he said, "We're going to do this. We're going to have Eli come out. Then Ronnie's going to come out. Then Shirley's going to, whatever the order was. And Scott, you're going to go last." And I'm like, well, that's pretty retarded if you're putting on a show to have me come out last after Shirley. And I was like, and they go, no, that'll be better, blah, blah, blah. That was the prank to get me mad.
Was that a prank, Ronnie?
I didn't know.
I saw the tape. They're saying I actually
weren't
thought
there,
that was a good
shut
idea.
Up for a minute. I
thought that was a good idea, but they are saying that was
a
a prank.
I think that was a response to Scott coming out with the material, and he hadn't told anyone.
No, they're saying that was a prank.
They said that was the prank. They weren't going to do that at all. They were just trying to get me mad.
Okay. Regardless of the prank,
right?
But are you fired or not?
You're gonna have to ask Shirley that.
No, I'm asking you.
As far as I know, yes.
Aren't you a third of this team?
That's what I thought, and that's what the whole idea. That's why I'm getting upset about things because, I was a third, and all of a sudden Ronnie and Shirley are making decisions and not including me.
But if Ronnie,
what kind of decision did I make?
Ronnie abstained. Ronnie really didn't.
I'm going back to the discussion we had about the flat fee when you and Shirley came to me.
How much did you get this weekend?
$2,500
because I didn't agree to that.
No, we got $2,600.
I actually heard it was 27.
No, it wasn't 27.
How much did you get, Scott?
I don't. It's like I didn't. You know what? I'm not obsessing on the money. The exact amount.
You're obsessing on you, dude.
It was 26 and change.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You obsess on everything, which you shouldn't do.
I'm not.
We have a promoter that handles all our shit. I mean, as soon as a date comes in for a gig, okay, he's on a computer. He's looking up airfares. What are you worried about if it's $20 more or $30 less? Dude, just get on the plane, go do your thing, and go home like I do. Mind you, I don't care.
Ronnie, that's your...
I don't ask to see the breakdown. I don't give a shit.
Ronnie, that's your approach, but that's clearly not Scott's
approach.
approach.
Well, I'm sorry. That's the way it should be. I mean, it's,
Why don't you
I didn't get
approach it
into
that
this
way?
to make a whole fucking deal out of it.
Why don't you approach it that way, Scott?
I'm anal.
Okay.
About some things. I mean, I'll admit
it. But the thing here, if I could just jump in for a second, I'm going to let it ride between the three. The thing that I'm getting out of this is that, yes, it started out with the three of you, but it appears that Shirley's doing the bulk of the work. So while you guys may have had the original idea, it's not the workload is no longer the way it started. And it sounds like
come to me and say that.
It sounds like he did. He said, now we're going to do a flat fee.
But he didn't.
That's what he said.
He didn't say the workload. It was.
But it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, like what do I got to do? That's.
Yeah, but is it wrong for Scott to say, "Wait a second, that's not what we agreed to. I'm not happy with it"?
He did, and Julie said,
then what's the
said, "Take it or leave it."
So, but can Scott also say to you, "Take it or leave it"?
Absolutely.
He can say it all he wants, and he can start his own tour tomorrow.
Scott made a very strong point. He said, Ronnie and I can get a 2-bit comedian, and we can do this, which I think was a dig at you.
Well, it was, and if I'm such a 2-bit
because
shitty comic, why don't you go up after me? Why don't you do your stand-up?
I can't do it
after
myself.
Me?
I'm not a comic.
Why? Well, then why entertain this thought in the first place? Why have somebody write you jokes and go up there and do them without telling any of us that you're going to do it? If you know right now you're not a comic, what changed last weekend when you thought you were?
I took Howard's advice.
But again, you didn't.
Okay,
so it's not Howard's show, though.
What did I do after the first show?
What do you mean?
I said, if you don't like the comedy, not because I was mad, not because he...
And what I tell you, I said it's funny that Ronnie interrupts you in the middle of your jokes.
No,
Did I not say that? Did I not say Ronnie coming up and ripping up your set list was funny?
I said, do you want me to do it or not?
That pissed him off. You don't even know how that pissed him off.
What pissed him off,
You
Ronnie?
lost. You lost. You don't know the conversation we had.
He had a set list.
Hold on, Scott.
Julie, you lost.
Hold on. Go ahead.
He had a thing.
I had notes.
Like an outline of like notes.
It was just sitting on the stool.
Okay.
It was sitting on the stool, and I just walked over during his act, and I ripped it up.
That was the second show, not the first show. And I know it's just boring to the audience.
And that's when he got,
really.
that's when he blew a fit.
No, you're wrong.
Okay.
Guys, you guys were so wasted the whole weekend.
That's why I've had to pick up a mic stand and threaten to hit you over the head.
And this is my point. Like, you take these little jabs, you're such a prick about it, and it just shows that you're not a team player. You throw that paper in front of Howard's face to try and throw me and Ronnie and the rest of the tour under the bus by insinuating that we go out there and promote it with Howard's name. Now, look me in the eyes and tell me we do that.
No, you don't do that.
Okay, so why the fuck would you pull that paper out and throw it on his desk and go, you see, this is what I do. I pay attention, and this is what I catch.
I can answer that
Go
because
ahead.
he said it this morning. You guys are not paying attention to the details, and he is.
Right.
Well,
you
I'm
know
trying
what?
to, and they won't let me.
I'm busy.
I was trying to help. That's
I'm
all.
busy trying to get a second and a third mic. I'm busy trying to make
help.
sure that the comics have shit to eat. I'm busy to make sure that everybody's rooms are
that's the
set.
promoter's
and
job.
I'm sorry that I don't have
I don't
time.
know you were doing
I'm
that.
sorry
You
that
didn't tell me
you
that.
see me, Scott. You see me. You see every problem
That
coming
was
to
the
me.
promoter's
Don't
job.
you?
Wait, the promoter's job was to handle what you just mentioned.
Scott, and
Isn't that
the
promoter's job?
Absolutely. What's your fucking job? Tell me that.
I don't have a
What's
job.
your job?
The
And
job
when are you
that-
going to start doing it?
I've been doing what I've been supposed to be doing, and according to our agreement in the beginning, I've been doing that all along.
Reading between the lines here, Shirley, it seems like Scott is angry with the promoter.
I'm not angry. No,
Scott's
listen.
angry at everybody
That's
but
what you
himself.
just said.
Well, you said it on
the
tape,
promoter
man.
is
The
not
promoter's
doing
a
his job.
a fucking
The promoter's
asshole.
a fucking asshole. I mean,
Well,
promoters...
independent of that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he wants to get involved with the pranking of me. It's. I was just
just grow up.
just
dude.
want to make sure
Everybody
that we're
fucking-
not. None of us are getting ripped off. That's all.
You act
And
like
they don't
we-
believe that.
You act
But,
like we put
okay?
X-Lax in your
You
fucking
didn't
food or
ask if we're
something.
getting ripped off.
Scott,
don't say we.
Scott, do you think you're getting ripped off? Yes or
Of
no?
course he does.
Hold on, let him answer. Do you
No.
think you're getting ripped off? Yes or no?
No, I didn't.
Do you
but I-
think? Do you think that it's being mishandled in a way you're not getting what you deserve?
Some things can probably be handled better. That's all.
And,
Like what?
and if it were handled better,
Expenses.
how much more do you think you're losing out on? Because that's what I'm curious. I understand what you're saying. You're saying we're spending. There's a lot of fat on this. If we trim it down, we could all make a little bit more.
Yeah,
how much more? How much more do you think you could see a gig if you ran it the way you would run it?
Not the way I run it. I don't know how I run it. I was just trying to point out a couple of things.
Well,
I don't
but
want
when
to
you're
run
asking
it.
for breakdowns of financial
wanna run
of
it.
the weekend, when you're asking for a financial breakdown of the weekend, that says one of two things: either A, you don't trust the people you work with and you're not happy with what you got, or B,
Which wasn't the case.
You have to have some sort of plan. If you tell me to my face, I just want to look over some of what we're spending and see if we can tighten it up
Well,
a
if there
bit.
was a way to save a couple of grand, which there might have been.
So you want to see the expense reports because you think there's a way that we can save a couple grand, but yet you have no idea on how to do
But
that.
surely, if Scott's a partner, based on the original agreement, if Scott's a partner,
There's no such-
why
there's
is it
no-
why
there
is
are
it
no
wrong?
partners.
Right,
Yeah, there's no
Benji,
partnership here,
There's no
Benji.
partnership here.
So who is in charge and who owns this?
Nobody owns
Nobody
anything.
owns it. We're doing
So
it as a
who
group.
gets who would be okay for them to see the expense report?
Listen, anybody can see it. Ronnie can ask for it
But
tomorrow.
is it
Scott
wrong
can
for
ask
Scott
for
to
it.
ask for it?
I believe so. Yes.
Well, obviously, you
Have
just
you
made a
seen it?
contradictory
Have
statement.
I seen it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that wrong for you to see? Did you not trust somebody?
No, it's not. I have to see it so I know what we made, so I know what everybody gets paid.
Then technically Shuli's the one
I don't
in
think
charge
there's anything
based
wrong
on
with you
that.
saying to Scott, listen, flat fee, take it or leave it.
And I
but,
did.
But based on, it sounded like on the original thing, you guys had a partnership.
But Benji, we
It
just
wasn't
told
all
you there's
worked out,
no
but
partnership here. There's no.
Here's what I think
We had an
happened.
agreement.
Can I just say something? What happened was I think 3 guys got together and said, let's do some shows and see what happens. Let's all go out together. And as in any evolution of any business, somebody has to run it. And so Shuley sort of rose to the top running it, whereas nobody said, Shuley, you're running it. It just sort of naturally happened. And now Ronnie seems to be okay with that, but you don't, Scott.
No, you know what? I thought that the 3 of us would make decisions together.
Can I just tell you, bottom line, here's what pisses me off the most.
And I feel that you guys are leaving me out of the loop.
Hear me out. You're leaving yourself out. In all honesty, you are your worst. You are your own worst enemy. You really are.
Okay.
But let me just say this, okay? My biggest problem with you is that you can't appreciate for a fucking second what you're getting. And that you get what you get, and you still, in your mind, think there should be more coming to you. And that, to me, is disgusting.
I didn't say
it's disgusting.
I never said me.
Not to mention. Again, you're doing this for the sake of everybody.
I said us.
Right. You're looking out for all of us.
That's correct. And you don't believe that.
Of course. Does anybody in here believe that? Please, just say something. Anyone, please.
Obviously not.
I think Scott's doing it for him.
That's called dead air.
I think Scott's doing it for himself.
Really? When did you figure that out?
When you step on stage.
Something that happens after your lines on stage?
Every time, yeah, one of my lines. Then come follow me, cocksucker. Come follow me on stage with your fucking jokes that somebody wrote for you. He's holding on to the secret on who wrote them. Like I'm going to go
I don't know who did it.
Yeah.
I do have one question for you, Scott, because I think it's interesting. When you said you can get any comedian, a 2-bit comedian, I'm going to throw a name out, and I don't think he's 2-bit at all. But say you got Jim Florentine to do this, right? Jim's a phenomenal comedian.
Yeah, he's great.
Can knock out 45 minutes in his sleep. If you guys go out and you do this, do you think don't you think that part of this lack of harmony in talking about it on the radio is what generates ticket sales? And so if you guys go out and you and Ronnie go out with Jim Florentine and we never hear about anything that happened over the weekend because it's all going great, do you think the ticket sales would still be the same?
I think we could do a good job promoting the show. That's correct.
So why don't you do that?
It's not up to me.
Shuley clearly doesn't want you to be a part of this anymore.
No, if you're fired, you can do whatever you want now. You're a free agent.
But I didn't say me alone. I said me and Ronnie. I never said me alone can go out without I never said me alone would be able to do that.
Scott at JD's Block Party.
If you don't think the ball busting and the pranking that we've done to each other, not just you, but we've done to each other, everyone's gotten a turn here.
Yes,
if you don't think that shit
I got more than one turn already.
Helps sell tickets at the end of the day, then you're out of your fucking mind.
Listen,
of course it helps.
Listen, the only thing, the ball busting, I was
Why are you
fine.
giving away secrets on the air for?
Yeah, really.
Gary, doesn't it
This
seem
is what
like
I gotta protect.
these guys have reached the point where the ball breaking has now gone a little too far, and
It's not even there, John.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't even understand.
this is
the
what-
type
It's not even
of
good-natured
pranks.
anymore.
We don't even think. You don't even know the type. When I would tour with Florentine and the other guys on the Killers of Comedy, we would shit in the top of people's toilets in the tanks. We would leave upper deckers in their rooms. We would steal furniture out of some guy's hotel room and put it in our room. Like we would fuck with people's personal space. None of that's going on.
Push a naked Beetlejuice into a room.
Yeah. You walk in and Beetlejuice in his underwear smoking a Newport with the heater on. That's a fucking awful prank.
Hello, Ralph Sorella.
Hello, John. Hi.
Hey, Ralph, what's up? Hey, now.
Hey now. Hey, I'm not sure about the lineup kind of issues, but I was talking about Ronnie over the weekend or in Vegas, whatever the fuck day it is. I think Ronnie expects Scott to be like him. I want to defend Scott a little bit here because, Scott has a way that he travels. He wants to know what's going on. He just doesn't want – Ronnie doesn't care where he's plunked down. He doesn't care if he's in the back of a pickup truck and sleeping in a gutter. But Scott, cares about that
true.
stuff. Well, whatever. You're less high maintenance than
Yeah,
Scott.
I'm not high maintenance at all.
But yeah, I know. But that's you, Ronnie. You expect Scott to be just like you, and Scott's part of this thing too. So you have to respect the way that he is, and you got to meet somewhere in the middle. You just can't dismiss him and go, oh, you should just be more easygoing about it. This is the way Scott is, and then you got to respect his what he wants.
They don't really have to respect it. They could just decide whether they want to work with it or not.
And Scott can decide to walk away if he
That's
wants.
right.
to.
It's for both.
Absolutely.
The thing to me is this is like 3 guys that started a band in a garage that never imagined anybody would give a shit about buying their records, and now they're selling some records, and nothing's ever been written
And that's
up.
my point to all the guys when it started taking off is you have no idea how hard it is to to be just to make money in this business. Forget a living and a successful tour. And we've stumbled onto something. So let's just fucking roll with it. And there's bigger opportunities down the road.
Well,
there is. I've talked to Scott about it. He knows that there's bigger shit to come. Yet he can't fucking just be a team player.
But Julie, somebody else made the point before, that's why people are coming, because Scott's being a pain in the ass, and this is going on, and that's going on.
But
Otherwise,
the Scott pain in the ass stuff you don't see on stage. You don't get that at the show. You see Scott fucking up and not hitting his cues here and there, but you don't get that other than this weekend when him and Ronnie were kicking a chair at each other for 5 minutes. You don't see that on stage normally, Ralph.
You guys are a mess, and people are coming to see the train wreck, so just go with the train wreck.
Absolutely. Yes, but I don't have to sit there and fucking work with a guy who's getting paid a lot of money for being a train wreck and is still accusing me or insinuating that I'm holding out on him.
But can you?
Fuck that.
Will there be any legal issues of trying to fire someone with a B12 deficiency?
It might be.
You know,
Might be
Ralph,
like a Philadelphia thing.
You know, Ralph. The
I've got
problem
my
is
lawyer get on that.
The problem is that Shuli's already done the show. Scott gave them the opening by letting Shuli and Ronnie do the show without him, and it worked. That's where the problem is.
It also worked good without him.
Of course it's going to
Without
work
Ronnie.
Of course it's going to work without Scott. He's not like he's the glue of the group or something. But
it did work without Ronnie as well. So
I had one complaint in the show the weekend that Scott missed, the Chicago-Arizona weekend, and that complaint was from a fan who said, I paid to see a train wreck. Scott's not here, and I want my money back. That was the only complaint I got.
It's not enough of a mess for me.
Really, that's what he said.
All right, thanks, Ralphie. Scott, I'm going to pick up on what Benji said with his B12. Where did this health issue come from, and is it bullshit or
no, it's not bullshit. I was having issues since late last year, and I thought it was just soreness from working out and stuff like that. And it didn't go away, and I went to my doctor. And they did blood tests and all kinds of things. He didn't find it. Then I went to a neurologist finally, and he
didn't find anything there either.
There's nothing in my, and they found that my B12 was deficient.
Can I ask you, Scott? Because when we talked before this got on the air that you weren't able to do that weekend, you talked to me and you told me that you couldn't do it. It was a private conversation. I'm not going to bring up what you said, but it had nothing to do with your health.
Well, it is my health. I didn't want people to know that I was dealing with a health issue.
So
why?
So you lied to me before and then on the air again.
Didn't want to lie to you.
But you did twice.
I wanted to protect my health issue.
How are your vitamin D levels?
Don't you trust these two guys enough? See, this is again a trust issue.
Ronnie knew.
But hold on, don't you trust?
I knew
after the
afterwards.
fact, but don't you trust these two guys enough to tell them in advance? Don't you think if you told Ronnie and Julie, hold on, and you tell them that they would understand, as opposed to knowing that you're going to make up a lie that they're going to see right through?
I suppose that was the wrong way to do it, but I wasn't comfortable with.
What made you uncomfortable?
Not comfortable. I don't know.
You
maybe
were more comfortable with making up a family cousin wedding than just coming to me aside.
Do you know how
and
much
going,
job place discrimination there is against B12 sufferers?
No, seriously, what made you so uncomfortable?
I don't know. That's what I am.
What do you think?
I just didn't want people. It was personal, so I didn't want people. That's how I felt. Okay, you can ask my wife. I mean, I just didn't want anybody. She says,
"Throw vitamins at me."
Tell them. I'm like, no, I don't want to tell them.
He didn't even tell me. She told me.
His wife told you?
Oh, she's talking to you?
Yeah.
She called me and told me the whole time.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
But it was after the fact.
Wasn't comfortable.
My husband needs a multivitamin
because I don't know. I can't explain it.
What does the B12 deficiency prevent you from doing?
Hitting his cues on time?
Yeah. It's not really preventing me from doing anything. In the beginning, it was more, if I sit in one place for more than 10 minutes, I get cramps. My legs are sore. Cramps in my legs.
No,
but Scott, I'm going to go back to the thing.
Everybody gets cramps.
No,
if they fucking sit for too long.
But Scott, you said at one point you thought you had MS, which is very serious.
Yes,
I would understand
I had CAT scans. I had MRIs.
I understand, but so if I thought I had MS, San Francisco, Connecticut, I'm just not doing shows anymore.
Well, I can't. Well, that's why.
But you said no to the West Coast show, but yes to the local show. If I really thought my health was in danger, I'd say no to all shows.
No, I didn't think my health was in danger. Yeah, you got it wrong. It's very uncomfortable to travel.
Here's the telling.
I was hoping that by skipping these shows, that with the treatments I'm getting, that further down the line, a month later, I'd be much better.
See, that makes more sense.
I would respect you 100% more if you just came out and just said, "Look, dude, my biggest issue is the money. That's it. I want more money. I don't like that you're making more."
I'm not going to deny that. Okay?
That's all you've been doing. Is you come up with other excuses other than what you're really pissed off about.
No, of course, I want us all to make more money. I'm not in it just for myself. Granted, the money is great. I'm not denying the money isn't good.
Do you think what you get paid for San Francisco and Sacramento for what you did? Do you think that was a good amount, or should you have gotten more?
That was a good amount.
Do you think Shuli should be paid more than you?
That's
yes or no?
Just be honest.
Not. You see, the problem is, should he be paid? That's not the problem. Should he be paid more than?
You're not
me?
answering the
I'm not
question.
saying what's the problem. I'm asking
He's doing
you a
a lot
question.
more, but our arrangement was we got paid
So
the
yes
same.
or no?
So that
Yes
sounds like
or
a no.
So yes or no?
If he would have come to me and said, "Listen, I'm doing a lot more than we originally thought,"
Scott, do you
think Shuli should be paid
okay,
more than you?
fine, yes.
You do.
Then it seems we don't have
But
a problem.
You don't
don't.
believe that.
It
You're going to
seems-
sit here and tell me you actually
You're
feel
not
that
getting
way.
my point. You're not. I'm
You didn't
probably
make a
not,
point.
I'm not probably explaining it clearly. The original agreement was we made the same amount
Got
of
it.
money.
Got it.
there
But
wa-
that- but
so then the answer is-
no.
Oh,
That
wait,
was
wait.
never.
Yes,
that
it
was never
was.
So
said.
Ronnie, what do you say?
Because the first couple of shows,
They
He
made
got
more than
nothing.
me.
He got
they
like
made more
$100
than
bucks.
me. Like the first 3-4
but we
shows.
were guaranteed X amount of dollars.
Were you aware of that, Scott? That
Yes,
there was,
I told him that.
Yes. So and then as time went on,
But I don't throw it in his face like he throws expenses in my face.
What that tells me, although there was no agreement, what that tells me is if you guys were willing to take your fee and it was a partnership, but he took less because it was all on him, then he is sort of running the show.
I took
And you
less.
you sort of agreed to that. Otherwise, you would have said, no, we'll take less and we'll all split it.
I took less because you guys never
That
really
was
do
one
anything.
one
like-
show.
No, it wasn't, Scott. It was more than one show. Chambersburg, you guys were making good money right from the start. Right from the start.
No, I
and
know that.
and I didn't take my share for at least 3 shows, maybe 4. I didn't take a cut. I didn't make anything.
see, I didn't know that was that many shows that you didn't take that much.
I explained it to you when we had our fight in your studio, and I explained that to you. And, you hear what you want to hear.
Scott, I'm going back to that question I asked you before because I want you to answer and answer honestly. Do you think Shuli should make more money than you?
Well, if he increased his workload, I know you want a yes or a no. I'm just trying to explain this.
Ba-dum-bum.
I thought our agreement was that we were all, like when we did Portland and Seattle. We had an agreement to make X amount of dollars, and at the end of the night, whatever was left over, we split.
Okay.
So why would I think that would change without them telling me that it was going to change?
I could throw a guess out for you. I would say that if I saw a guy, and I'm not saying that you should know this because it should be verbally spoken, but if you see a guy doing the bulk of the work,
Well, I thought the promoter, I didn't know he was doing the bulk.
What about the hour that I'm on stage? What is that to you?
Not on an hour. That's a little exaggeration.
what would you say the ratio?
Dude, if you added up all the fucking time you've been on stage, you know what's funny about
That's
you?
10 minutes.
I get to a point where I start feeling bad, and I'm almost ready to let you fucking back in, and then you open that
Wow, how
dumb
kind of
fucking
you.
mouth of yours,
How kind
and I'm
of
like,
you.
why am I wasting my time with this fucking idiot?
Say, for argument's sake, he's on stage for 45 minutes.
Whatever.
How long are you on stage per show?
I'm not on stage a lot.
But like 5 minutes.
But I'm there. I mean, I'm.
So he's 8 to 9 times
We're
more.
all there. I
So
mean,
it's
we're
a
all there.
fucking stool.
We're all
But
there
and
the
it's-
same amount.
It's
I'm
not.
a stool. Yeah.
It's not just a numbers
I am a
game because
stool.
you bring something to the table too. When Scott's going to be there, people can come out and see you. But he is carrying the workload on the stage.
I'm just telling you what our agreement. And I'm going to go back to our
He
original
can't answer the
agreement.
question. He won't answer your question.
Now that you're aware of what Shuli does,
Okay, he
and
can-
all that stuff aside, do
If he
you
wants to
think,
come to me and say, I
do
think
you
I should-
think Shuli should make more money than you?
Fine. Yes.
Okay, so my question to you now is, if for some bizarre reason Shuli said all is forgiven, all the shit you said about me today being a 2-bit comedian and a hack and everything else is forgiven,
And all the shit he's thrown in my way.
and you said you forgive him with the current agreement, not all split, the agreement that he threw at you, would you do that now?
Flat fee.
Would you do the flat fee
flat
agreement?
fee?
Moving forward, knowing everything you know.
No.
Now, I'm so glad you answered this honestly, because this is what Scott the Engineer is all about. This motherfucker is going to walk away
ahead,
from
attack.
thousands of dollars
Attack
when the
dog.
flat fee was $500 less than he made this weekend. That's his flat fee. And he's willing to walk away from it for good. That's you. That's who you are,
You're not
motherfucker.
explaining it, man.
That's who you are.
Why would you walk away from the flat fee, or from the other option?
Because he feels he's owed more. He feels he deserves more. He feels like he's doing something.
All right, so Scott,
Those guys decided you're not getting it.
Who's those guys? You keep
You.
saying those guys.
All right, so say
I don't make as much as Shuli either, you fucking moron.
Okay, but
Ronnie-
Scott, say Ronnie agrees with
he
what
hands
Shuli's-
me a fucking check. That's all I care about.
So you don't care if Shuli makes more money than you?
No, I don't give a shit. Just let me go
just said
home.
This guy's old. He just wants to go
really.
home.
Here's your problem. Your problem is that
Yeah.
you're counting Ronnie as a partner, and Ronnie doesn't appear to want to be
There
a
are
partner.
no partners. That's the whole thing, Gary.
When they guys came to me
But
together.
Scott is saying that you are, that it's a three-way
well,
partnership.
he's wrong. There was never a partnership. It's just something we sat down and said, okay, let's do this. There's no fucking
It was an
partnership.
agreement between three people. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys
stop
are yelling
it.
at Scott.
I'm
for
not.
saying, but you guys are giving him shit for saying, I understood we had a percentage agreement, right?
But there was no percentage agreement.
Well,
there was
then-
no agreement said this is what we're going to
on
make
the
every
air,
show.
On the air, you said you didn't come to the
I told
Chicago
him.
shows.
I told him in Portland
you
and
said
Seattle.
you didn't come to these
And we
shows.
did it
You
in
changed the
Connecticut as
agreement.
well.
Now I'm going to change the agreement on you.
And I told him in Portland and Seattle, I said, we will never make less than this at one of these shows. And we haven't. and we haven't.
But wait.
And but
Why
we'll
is it
make
wrong
more.
if Scott thought
And
the
we
original
have.
agreement was a percentage deal? You say, no, I will only offer you flat fee. Why are you giving him shit saying that's not what I want?
No, I think you're missing the point. Nobody's.
Yeah.
I'm not giving him shit, and he's not giving him shit.
wait.
He's saying, "Here's what we've agreed to do.
We did
now
it-
you can take it.
We
or
did
leave
it in
it."
Portland, Seattle. We did it in Connecticut.
And it's done,
Same
and we
deal.
ain't doing it
Same deal.
anymore. We ain't
you get
doing it
X amount
anymore.
of show plus whatever's left.
Oh, wait,
But right
hold
now,
on a
Scott,
second.
you're losing. You're
Wait
gonna,
a second, John. I wasn't in Connecticut. Where's my cut from Connecticut?
Well, you weren't-
If it's a partnership,
You weren't there.
Where's
You
my
gotta-
fucking
Well,
cut?
Well, where's my cut from Arizona and
You got
Chicago?
$4,000 in fucking Connecticut. Where's my
I didn't
cut?
get anywhere
you did.
near $4,000.
Oh, bullshit, dude.
I tell you
Shirley got
exactly what I
$4,000.
got. I can tell you exactly what I got. If you think I got
What'd you get?
$4,000, 22.
In Connecticut?
That's correct.
No, you got.
I will bet on that.
Really?
I would swear on my life that that's what I got.
Well,
Where's
I know-
my cut? I want a cut.
I know you made
wasn't
more
there.
than-
I don't give a shit that I wasn't there. My name's on it. It's the fucking Ronnie Block Party. Where's my fucking cut?
It's not up to me.
What do you mean? Now it's
Wow.
not up to you. It's a partnership. Where's my cut?
We have to all decide on that.
What do you mean we all have to decide?
That's what. That's three people have to decide.
I
what-
think
don't
I
know
think
what
that
to
when
do.
you walked away from the shows, somebody else decided that they could live without you. That's where it gets weird.
Well,
Shirley, we got to wrap up.
Yeah,
Is
they
Scott
weren't
in or
happy.
out?
I missed the Chicago show.
Shirley, Scott in or out?
Like I said, I always start feeling bad, and I want to say he's back in, but then he fucking says what he says, and I'm just like, why? Why would I put myself through it? Why do I want to deal with this shit? I want Ronnie happy. If Ronnie wants him in, I don't know. We got to figure this out. I don't know.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, Howard talked about the AGT staged fight that we did, that he was upset about, and I went in to talk about it on the wrap-up show, and John Lieberman came in and tried to put words in my mouth that weren't there, and I got pissed off. Check it out.
Thanks to Natalie, we got that Vegas story today about Ronnie. And
I have a feeling we were going to get that without Natalie.
well, regardless, Ronnie staged this fight with the other security guys there.
Hold on a second.
They staged it, and he
That's
was a
right.
part of it. Okay. At first, I thought they were going for a Howie Mandel was behind all of this or something, but that didn't happen. But when Ronnie went in there and Howard and Robin both explained how they felt, it seemed to me that Ronnie either just decided to tune out and didn't want to deal with it, or he really feels that he did nothing wrong in this situation.
Well, I got to start by saying I do love Ronnie, and I said on the air he actually made me look a little foolish because yesterday on the air I talked about how amazing. Oh, it wasn't on the air. I was doing the special for behind the scenes at AGT, and I talked about how amazing Ronnie is, how people throw all sorts of shit at him verbally, and how he doesn't let it get to them, and he's a consummate professional. And I get that there's a familiarity when you work on a crew. I was there for a weekend, and I feel like I knew these people. I was eating with them, and you're hanging out with them, and you get to know them. So Ronnie's like really in there. But
Were you saying like, "Hey, asshole," when you ran into him?
No. But I mean, you get familiar with people. So if I got familiar with them over a weekend, imagine how bonding and experience it must be for Ronnie over 6 weekends.
So let's
and a Vegas week.
Okay, so
however,
you've got the familiarity.
like I'm familiar with you, but when John and I come in the morning, I don't go, "Hey, douchebag."
Well, you could, but
we don't.
No, that's just our relationship. But
I don't do that to anybody.
Well, Ronnie does this to almost everybody. I mean, that's just the way he communicates, and we'll get to that in a second. But my point is, being Howard's guy for so long and knowing Why would you take the chance? Why? And this happened before here when Ronnie and Scott did that Langford bit a few years ago. You know, it's like this creative bone that's inside of them that needs to come out. Do you think Ronnie wants to be sort of a writer and an entertainer, or what possesses him to do this?
I don't know that Ronnie wants to be a writer. That's Howard's rap, and there may be something to that. But I do know that Ronnie likes to be in the middle of things. He's not a guy that wants to stand on the side. Standing on the side and watching is against what Ronnie wants to be in, you know, when he's not doing that. He likes to be in the middle of the party. He likes to be part of the fun. Now, Ronnie's whole rap was, well, this wasn't supposed to happen in front of Howard's door. It was supposed to happen down the hall. But the truth of the matter is it shouldn't happen at all. Because I do agree, even though everybody on the crew knows each other, you do get into a weird area where there may be a lack of respect. And you know, why didn't one of the other guys do it?
If it's not near Howard's door, who is the prank for? Is it for the other security guys?
It appeared to be for the one security guy who didn't know that Harvey and Ronnie have this relationship going on. That's a goof. That's what I got out of it, was for that guy.
Benji, why do you think Ronnie realizes that he made a mistake here, or do you even think Ronnie made a mistake by doing this?
Yeah, I think it was a mistake. I think it was horseplay. I don't think Ronnie put a lot of thought into it. I think it was just like, hey, we're having fun.
But shouldn't you put a lot of thought? I get what you're saying. He didn't put a lot of thought into it, but that's part of his job.
I think it was a big mistake. I think it was it was.
I don't think he did it. I don't think he did it in any malicious way. But I just feel like, you know, again, you got to be at the top of your game, even more so when you're outside of here.
Does this incident destroy everything that Ronnie, all the goodwill, I guess, that Ronnie's built up on AGT, because he has been doing such a great job?
With Howard? Or
with Howard, and two, with NBC and those folks.
I can't speak for the NBC folks. I mean, I don't know. Though I met a lot of the security guys, and they all seem to, you know, be funny guys. I don't know if they would have done this, but I think they probably just thought the whole thing was goofy, my guess is, and they don't really care. Howard's probably a little bothered by it.
Yeah, I think Howard's genuinely angry. He said he was with, I guess, Beth and some other people.
His brother-in-law and his sister-in-law.
And he was pissed. And but at first he was concerned because he thought something actually may be happening out in the halls. And then you find out, haha, it's all a joke. How do you expect him to react?
Exactly. And by the way, I want to give a big shout out to Ralph, who, when he called in this morning, didn't try to lie and act like a hard ass. Said he opened the door, saw a fight, and immediately crawled back into the room. I love that about Ralph.
Brian, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey guys, how you doing? First time I've got the chance to speak with you. How you doing today?
Good, Brian. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Hey, no, I'm very surprised that Ronnie, out of all these times that I've had the chance to listen to you guys here on Sirius, and I didn't get the chance to listen much before that because you weren't here in Indiana, but he just doesn't get it. He needs to stand there and do nothing, dress him up like one of the British guys over there in London that's guarding the palace or something, and just not move his eyes, not say anything, and just do what he's supposed to do, and that's guard Howard. I mean, why would he want to start something outside his dressing room? That's just amazing to me.
I can't answer that. I wish Ronnie were here, and he'd probably give you an answer. But I think his answer is, I didn't start anything. It was Harvey's idea. It was a joke. I just agreed to it.
Do you think he's sort of seeking attention, or he's just kind of playing around and hanging out with the guys?
There's a little of both in there. I know he likes to play around and hang out with the guys, and I think he likes to be in the middle of stuff.
Well, the hard-hitting 100 News reporter John Lieberman now enters the studio.
He's got a Post-it in his hand, which means he's got breaking news.
He's got something on Ronnie, I'm sure.
Well, there's a couple things. One, Ronnie went on the record to say, yes, he regrets his actions in this situation. But when I asked him, do you believe you embarrassed Howard, he walked away. He said, fuck you, I'm not answering that. And he walked away. But here's the good behind the scenes, and this shows just how concerned Ronnie was right when the incident happened. This guy Harvey says to him, pulls Ronnie aside after the whole thing and says to him, I'll bet you $1 million Howard doesn't even bring this up because Howard hasn't said a word. This was a couple hours after. And Ronnie goes, no, man, he will bring it up. He will bring it up on the air. And so Ronnie bets him the $1 million, that will Howard bring it up or not. So Ronnie clearly was concerned from the get-go about this. And here he is. Ronnie, you were concerned at the get-go about this event, correct? Because Harvey bet you $1 million that Howard wouldn't bring it up.
Okay, so what's your point?
So that shows that you were concerned from the get-go about the gravity of this, despite you playing it down today.
Dude, what the fuck is your problem? Leave me alone. You're always trying to dig something up that's not there, but okay, go ahead. What's your question, John, so I can get out of here, please? John Hine.
Thank you, Ronnie. You seem more upset than usual about this stuff. I mean, your balls have been broken God knows how many times, and this one seems to have gotten to you for some reason.
I don't know. I guess it did. Okay.
Well, do you feel, Ronnie, in the situation that you didn't do anything wrong, yet Howard's making a big deal out of it, or do you feel like you did do something wrong?
Yeah, I guess we did. Both of us did. Not just me.
Harv, you're talking about?
Yeah.
And did it cross your mind that maybe it wasn't such a good idea at the chance that it might piss off Howard?
At the time, everybody was thinking about what a cool bit this would be with just between us, what we were doing. It was a bunch of guys hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about, I'm not going to speak for Harvey, but I didn't think about the consequences afterwards, okay?
Do you think that if you guys would have done this down the hall, like you said, you wasn't supposed to be in front of Howard, so we did it down the hall, and Howard just heard about it later on through the grapevine,
I don't
he'd
know.
have the same reaction?
I don't know. It really did cause a major commotion in there because nobody really knew what was going on. They really didn't know if it was for real or not because the only ones who knew about it were me and a few, security guys and Harvey. So nobody knew what was when it went down. It looked real.
Well, I got a question for you, Ronnie. I've been where you've been, so I got to answer this as honestly as you can. When Harvey came up to you and threw this at you,
right?
Was there any part of you that thought maybe we shouldn't do this, or did you just immediately think it was a great idea?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It was the last day of taping. Everybody was like happy, and we were having a good time, and I don't know. It shouldn't have happened.
No, but I'm saying, like, when you heard it, did you say? Because I've done things,
yeah,
and it's never dawned on me until
afterwards.
Done.
Well, it was like the same thing with Bubba's wedding. It didn't dawn on me till I got back to the room.
But
that
that's
night.
different because you were drunk that night. That's a whole different thing. This is like I've done things, and then afterwards gone, damn, I'm
going to hear about it.
But I didn't think about it when I first thought about doing it.
Exactly.
What was the time difference between like when Harvey gave you the idea and when it happened?
About 30 seconds.
So it happened immediately.
And what happened was it wasn't supposed to happen that quick. He said, we're going to do this in a little while. And then the next thing I know, I'm on the floor. Because I turned my back and I said to him, dude, I was eating like, I don't know, a couple of pretzels and I had a can of ginger ale in my hand. I said, wait till I get done with this. He said, yeah, okay. Next thing I know, boom, man. He like blindsided me from the back. And I'm laying in ginger ale now. And people thought somebody pissed in their pants because we were all on the floor. And it was ginger ale, so it's kind of like that color.
Now, there's a rumor going around that there may actually be video of this.
I thought you said it'd actually be pee.
One of the security guys has it on his phone.
We're working on obtaining that.
How did the other security guys know?
You're not going to get it.
We're working on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can work all you want, but if Terrence gives it up, this guy, then he's not a man. And
he's not the only one who has it.
All right.
Ronnie, when Howard came out...
You know what, John? You're really getting on my fucking nerves today. So why don't you just leave me alone today? You're talking like a moron right now.
Which John?
Just get away from me.
He's talking to you, John, not me.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how is today different than other days? I'm
because
asking you questions.
You got that fucking edge in your voice today. It's like, I can't wait to fucking fuck this guy in his ass by getting that video. You want me to get you the fucking video? I'll get you the goddamn video. It's already out on the goddamn fucking table already, all right? I'll get you the video if you want it that bad.
Why are you so worked up?
Why? Because you
don't think the video is going to be interesting for everybody to see?
Well,
as a reporter, we get information.
Good. Well,
That's
you
why
go
we
get
ask for the video.
go get information.
Well,
Okay.
if you're going to give me the video, I'll take
get it for you. I'll call the guy and have him send it to you. How's
All right,
that?
that's great.
All right.
Thank
I'll
you.
make your fucking life easy.
Thank you.
To throw me under the fucking bus. Go ahead.
How did I throw you under the bus? Howard brought it up.
No, nobody was going to release the video because you think you're going to be Mr. Hot Shit reporter and get it. I'll make it easy for you. I'll get it for you. How's that? Okay.
Thank you. I'm saying thank you.
Yeah, but I don't think he wants to be thanked. That's what's going on here.
When Howard came out, he sounded genuinely concerned that you might be hurt. Were you aware of that?
Yeah, I knew about that.
And so, did you approach him about that? Did you say you were sorry, or did you have a conversation?
He found out about it. He found out it quick enough that it was a joke thing. So,
what about this other thing they got on you today for, like walking up to everybody and saying, "Hey asshole" or "Hey douchebag"?
It wasn't. It's not everybody. It's me and Harvey. That's what What are you talking about, dude? It was me and Harvey. Every morning I'd have to communicate with Harvey. Part of my job to let them know we were on our way to the set. Okay, so. The first thing I would get a message in the morning from Harvey. good morning, douchebag. How are you today? Go fuck yourself. And I would answer him back like, hey, dick ass, we're on our way.
So you would say that Harvey's the one who started the goofing around and calling each other asshole douchebags.
No, yeah, exactly. But I'm saying it was a mutual thing. We got along really good. So
this kid Harvey's getting you into trouble.
It's not a kid. This is a man. This is a man who runs the whole stage production.
He's a man.
So do you talk to people that way that you're close to, almost like as an affectionate term?
We goof around, man. We goof all the guys. We were goofing around.
Does Ronnie seem more upset than usual about this stuff to you?
No, because we were goofing around. You're in a hallway for 8-10 hours a day. I mean, you know, standing against the wall like a statue. Okay, fine, it's no problem. But when you're at a bunch of people doing the same thing, you know, you talk, you goof around, you joke around. I don't see anything wrong with that, but okay.
Sounds like Ronnie was bored in Vegas.
I wasn't bored. I wasn't bored. This wasn't only Vegas. This was through the whole thing.
By the way, when you said Ronnie looks more angry today, it was really interesting because you can't see it visually, but Ronnie walks in, and Lieberman said something, and Ronnie looked him up and down. His eyes just said, "You're a piece of shit."
Yeah,
you know that. You know,
I'm not saying he's a piece of shit, but you know he makes like he's going to some big deal out of this. It's already out on the table.
I was going to say it's already
out on the table already, John. I don't know. You want the video? I'll get you the fucking video. Be my guest.
TV wanted the video.
Yeah, well, TV wants everything. They should be there covering this shit if they want it.
Ronnie, did you think Robin was getting on you today?
Robin gets on me all the time. That's nothing new. That doesn't bother me.
It's
nothing new.
Did you think Robin was sort of piping in here, Gary?
Well, I thought she was a little emasculating.
Well, she always is to me. So that's nothing new.
Well, I thought she was supposed to stop doing that.
Well, yeah, not in my case. It hasn't stopped, believe me.
Will you bring this up with Howard later in the day, or is it water under the bridge?
I'm going to bring it up. If he brings it up, that's another story, you know?
Is there any concern about anyone?
And he's never said, see, that's what I told Harvey. He says to me, Howard never said a word about it. It's never going to be talked about. But I said, are you out? That's why I said to him, you're going to owe me $1 million. Because if it doesn't come up Monday, if it doesn't come up Tuesday, it's going to come up. No, he hasn't even said a word to me about it. He would have said something to me if he was mad. He wouldn't say nothing. He didn't say shit to me. I said, you'll see, Harvey. You'll see. And I'm going to take the hit for the whole thing because you're back in L.A. and I'm here in New York.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, all the talk was about Ronnie and Richard. Richard being willing to blow Ronnie for $1 million and Ronnie having to finish. Ronnie and Richard are undeterred. They are very, I don't know if I'm going to say excited about it, but they're certainly not nervous. And everybody weighed in because they both believe that this isn't a gay act. Watch what happens.
We've got to talk about Ronnie and Richard. This came up on Wrap Up the other day, and now Howard's well aware of it, and you got to have that conversation. And has your mind changed at all? I mean, you went pretty hard on that banana, but
Thanks for noticing.
Oh, please! How could you miss it? But you almost choked yourself?
I gagged. Yeah, I was gagging.
Are you thinking twice? This is becoming more real now. I guess Noel's now on the hook and is going to call, and it seems to be it might actually happen. Does that scare you or intimidate you, or does that get you more excited to do it?
It gets me excited. I'm that much closer to being a millionaire, and plus, I mean, part of the big thing for me is I love funny bits and I love doing funny stuff for the Stern Show, and it'll be a great bit, and I just think it'll be hilarious.
Richard, I got to ask you a question. Have you really discussed this with your wife at all? Like, did you go home that day and say, "Listen, we could possibly get $1 million"?
Absolutely.
And what did she say?
She was like, "Yeah, go for it." She's like, "As long as you're not messing around with another woman." You know, she knows Ronnie, my wife and Ronnie are really good friends.
But she didn't like laugh and go, "No, you're kidding," or anything like that. She was just like, "Yeah, go for it."
Yeah. She was. Wow. I mean, she knows it's funny. She was laughing about it, and we keep joking about it. We keep saying, if I blow Ronnie, we'll get to afford some Dom Perignon to wash my mouth out with, and all this stuff.
But it's becoming less of a joke and more of a real thing, it seems.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit worried that I might have scared Ronnie off, because when I was blowing that banana and looking into his eyes and, sucking it, it seemed like it creeped him out a little bit. So I hope I didn't scare him off from it.
You know what I think is, first of all, I really genuinely commend you, because
thank you.
I and I'm a little jealous, but I know it's like I like and I think that I know you don't like some parts of it, and I know you're not I know you're not into it in a sexual way. And I also think that you don't like the fact that your parents wouldn't like and things like that. But I think
my parents have a pretty good sense of humor, though. They
Richard, there's having a good sense of humor and watching your son blow Ronnie to completion. I don't know how good of a sense of humor I would have if I was your dad about that.
Well, they listen to the show. They heard me lick Sal's nuts, and they've heard me get my taint kissed by Sal. And that
all seems harmless now.
This is just one step above all that.
Is it something you could say,
really 7
like
steps.
the way you talk to your wife about, say, hey, I want to make sure you're comfortable with it. Have you had that same conversation with your parents, or will you? Or
no. Well, and I also thought, maybe I thought maybe Howard or somebody would want to ask them first before I even talk.
Their blessing.
Believe me, they'll be front and center, sitting in the front row in Barca lounges.
Kathy.
You and Ronnie have agreed to this, and it's got to be Ronnie's got to come. But both of you insist that this is not gay.
Yeah. Well, in some people's eyes it is, not in mine. To me it's funny, and it's an easy way to get $1 million.
Regardless of it being funny or not, because I think it would be a great bit. How can it not be? How do you not consider it a gay act? I don't understand that.
Because I'm not doing it for sexual reasons. I'm not turned on by Ronnie. I'm not going to be turned on by his penis.
Okay, so hold on a second.
How do you know that?
Hold on a second. So
I'm pretty sure I won't.
If another girl fingered a girl, say it's your wife, and got her off, but it was for goofing around. It wasn't for sexual reasons.
Women on women is not goofing around. I don't think.
Why?
It's all
It's
purpose.
it's not as funny to me. I mean, guy on guy stuff to me. I don't know why, and I'm not homophobic. I think this proves how homophobic I am.
Oh, I agree.
I think it's funny.
But how can you say it's not sexual when a man is going to ejaculate?
In your mouth.
In a condom.
It's maybe sexual for Ronnie, but not for me.
See, Ronnie thinks it's not because he's laying back, closing his eyes and getting blown, and that's how he's rationalizing it. He's not. Maybe he is thinking about it being you, but to him it makes it. But he wouldn't blow you. That he thinks is gay, which makes no sense to me.
It's all intention. And I'm not joking around. Is a pap smear a sexual act? If a woman,
it's a smear, not a schmear.
If a woman, and this is a horrible thing, but if a woman orgasms during rape, which is actually very common,
right.
Does that mean she wants to be raped?
No, it is common. Benji's right. That is common, but
I've never been able to do that.
That's also not premeditated. This is like, this will be, I mean, I can't imagine either of you being able to sleep the night before.
What about the night after?
Together.
Hey, once it's done and I got that money, I'm fine with it.
I think the scariest thing, though, is the fact that I know it's a small, actually, maybe it's not even a small chance. It's the fact that you have to do it to completion. Mm-hmm. So you're counting on Ronnie.
Oh, it's a team effort, no doubt.
To finish. And if he doesn't, you could do this all for zero.
I know. That's the scary part about it.
You guys have to work together.
There's got to be, that's a part of any kind of contest, I guess. There's got to be a risk that you won't win.
Right. This is the gay amazing race.
Marianne in Kentucky, you're on the wrap-up show. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Marianne.
Oh, hi. Hey, I just want to find out from Richard. It's about time you finally come out of the closet. You and Sal have been through so much. But is this Sal going to be feeling left out from all this? With you and Ronnie?
I talked to Sal about it. I said, would you do this? Would you want to be a part of this? And he was like, no way. Sal doesn't want to blow Ronnie. And I
was thinking more if you blew Sal. Would you blow Sal? If Ronnie,
for the money, yeah.
Let me tell you, if Ronnie stepped out and Ronnie and Sal were willing to step in, would you do it?
Probably, but I don't know. I'm so close with Sal, there would be something weird about it. I would think that it might ruin our friendship in some weird way.
Now it's getting weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Ronnie's, I'm friends with Ronnie as well, but there's just something that's different about doing it to Ronnie. I'm not as worried about it.
Now, let me ask you a question. We talked about this on the other day. Say somebody were to step in and undercut you and do it for $950,000.
They can do it, then I'm not.
You
doing
wouldn't
it.
go to 9.
No.
You're not bargaining?
Nope, not at all.
And Ralph was the name, Gary, that was floated
again,
out there?
I don't want to. Somebody came and told me that. So without Ralph calling in and put it out there. I don't really want to go there. But yeah, somebody came to me and said Ralph told them they would do it for $9.
Do you think that's dicky at all for someone to undercut you, or you no problem?
No, because I'm going to be right there in front row laughing at whoever's doing it. To me, it's still a funny bit. Whoever blows Ronnie in public, another guy, it's going to be hilarious.
Garrett, do you have any, like I asked Howard this, and he said, absolutely, I'm going to do it. Do you think Howard, this is $1 million for Richard, do you think Howard has any qualms about doing it?
What do you mean? Like putting it on a show?
Yeah.
No.
I wonder if he'll really do it.
I mean,
it's a big thing.
For
AGT's going to love it, the synergy of it.
For starters, we have to take it off-site because you can't do it here in this building.
Yeah, I wonder what the logistics of it would be.
I'm telling you, we take it to Citi Field. No, we can't go to Citi Field, but believe me, we'll find a place.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can even do it like in New York, though. Like, would we maybe have to go to Vegas?
Okay, hold on a second.
What are you worried about if it's considered
like a porn shoot?
It's not prostitution because nobody's paying. Both parties are getting paid, but one person isn't paying another person. But you're right; it could be considered a porn movie, and then we'll just have to fly to L.A.
We might have to go to Mozambique or something.
Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai.
The Thriller in Manila.
Jim in Jersey, you're on the wrap-up show.
What's happening, guys? My God, I'm happy to get through. Long-time listener. Hey, guys, it's funny because it's true. I think Richard would do this for like $50,000 if they would have brought that up. Now it's $1 million. This is something he wants to do, I think.
I don't know. If anybody underbids me, they can have it. And, I told Sal earlier, I'm like, this is a win-win for me because if it doesn't happen, then I don't have to blow Ronnie, which is great. If it does happen, unfortunately, I have to blow Ronnie, but I get $1 million.
No,
you really don't.
The loss is if you blow Ronnie and he doesn't come.
That's the really scary part.
And by the way, even with the money on the table, you don't really have to blow Ronnie. You choose to blow Ronnie for the money. There's a big difference.
Would there be any if
I see $1 million, I have to do it.
If Richard came first, would he still get the money?
That's what everybody says, and you can. John Hine can inspect me down there. John Hine can put his hand on my crotch and verify that I will not get.
You're the only one we'll trust, John.
Yeah,
no, thank you.
I will. I can assure you, I will not get a boner while I'm blowing Ronnie.
How can you assure us?
Yeah, how do you know?
Because I'm not gay. I know that I'm not.
But you said you haven't done this before, so you can't know that. You may get turned on.
I know that. Trust me, I've watched enough gay porn with JD pulling clips that I know it doesn't turn me on. But I've never gotten a boner watching gay porn.
There's a difference between watching a clip and you physically doing it, though.
What would happen if you have this dick in your mouth and you start to feel feelings you've never felt before, and you do sort of get a semi?
I guess then I have to have a deep conversation with myself
and your wife.
Yeah.
One interesting thing, I think, neither would switch places. I asked them both.
That's right.
They both are in the Ronnie will only receive and Richard will only give.
Wait. You think that it's gay to get the blowjob?
No, not that it's gay. I just don't think I could get a boner and jizz from Ronnie blowing.
What if it were Sal? What if you switch it now? Sal
no guy.
In?
I don't think no guy could blow.
What if the lead singer of White Lion stepped in?
Mike Tramp.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's got long.
I don't think he's into that.
I know you're not anti-gay at all, but do you think it's gay that Ronnie could complete it?
No, because I know Ronnie will be thinking about women. He'll, like he said, he'll have his eyes closed. Well,
I think that we have to, with the rules during the Scott thing, he has to.
You got to put in one of those things. What was that movie, Clockwork Orange, or one of those where they had the thing that
his eyes open?
Forces his eyes open? You got to put that on Ronnie.
Ralph Sorella, your name is being bandied about here. Is it true? Are you offering to undercut either of these guys and get in on the money?
Well, I don't know about undercutting because the problem is I couldn't come. I'm sure I couldn't come from that. So how much could I get for just limp dicking it?
Nothing.
You want to be the opening act or something?
But for $1 million you could blow Richard and then blow.
No, I'm not. No. Richard can blow me.
Yeah, but if you can't come,
I'd rather not blow Ralph.
So Ralph, do you see it?
Well, that's what makes it interesting now.
You
seem happy to blow Ronnie.
Well, because it's funny. I mean, it's funny to goof on Ronnie, and it's funny to watch how uncomfortable he is with this. I don't know that you would be as uncomfortable with this.
Ralph, do you see a distinct difference in one or the other?
What do you mean, giving or receiving?
Right.
Oh, actually, absolutely. I mean, giving it is much gayer. They're both gay acts, by the way. Richard's crazy if he's saying blowing a guy is not a gay act, but doing it is much gayer than just receiving it. Because, like you said, you could close your eyes, but I mean, it's still gay. But you're doing a lot of work to blow somebody.
Ralph, how do you? Yeah, but to receive it, you have to get turned on.
Yeah, Ralph. How do you know that you wouldn't finish?
Because I don't finish from girls. I don't like blowjobs. And I'm sure Richard's not going to kick it up a notch.
You didn't see him with the banana today. He knows what he's doing.
Hey, what if we do like Richard? What if like works several guys from the staff at once, and the one to come first gets the million?
Gets the million.
Yeah,
well, wait.
What do I get out of that?
What if he works on both me and Ronnie, and then there's, you're guaranteed at least, like 700,000, and then whoever comes first gets the extra 300.
I just had this most disgusting vision in my head. Like I zoned for a minute, and I had this idea of like Richard really working it, and moving his head back and hocking a big loogie on it, like they do in the
You watch too much teen anal, Gary.
All right.
Would you spit all over it first, Richard?
If that's what it took, whatever.
But Ralph, you do say something interesting. You say it absolutely one way or the other. It is a gay act. So you're saying you admit that it's a gay act, but you still be willing to do it for $1 million.
Absolutely. Of course, it's a gay act.
But Ralph is making sense.
Yes,
but I don't think Richard is using the word like how would you what would you define a gay act as?
When two men are in love and making love, and I'm not in love with Ronnie, and he's not in love with me.
We're now joined by Ronnie Mund, who's the other half of this event that we're trying to make happen. And Ronnie, you don't seem very concerned about this. It's just another day at the office.
Say
what
you said to me during the break, Ronnie.
What'd I say? Oh, about nobody's going to come up with the money?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Because it's no big deal. It's not going to happen.
I'm not worried about it.
What if someone does come up with the money?
They're not coming up with $3 million, dude. Not for that.
That sounds like a taunt. It's like Ronnie's.
See, I could look at that girl's ass, and we have no problem.
Yeah, he's got a picture on his phone.
While Richard's mouth's around your penis, you got no problem with that?
I wouldn't even think about it. It'd be Richard's.
You can you do that? Do you think you can mentally block out the fact that Richard's the one doing it?
I think I could.
Even
I hope you can.
For $1 million cash, man?
See, maybe I could, and maybe
I don't have jump the shark money, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
He didn't blow a TV guide. Maybe I could, and maybe I couldn't. All right. So say I could get into it. Maybe I get some drinks and I get into a zone where I imagine it, something else, and say I could do that. When you're done, people will still say you came from a guy blowing you.
Right.
So you got to deal with that.
Okay. Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Why is that a bad thing?
Actually, there's nothing really wrong with it, but there is to me, the whole gay thing is not that big a deal if you're gay. Mm-hmm. It's just that you guys aren't, and so people will think that you are, and to some people there is a stigma for that.
Yeah. New York's pretty liberal, though. I think we'd be fine around here.
Yeah, the family reunion in Kansas City would be a little weird.
Hey, Ron, if I'm real sorry. We all know you lost your mom. If she was still around, could you be doing this?
Probably not.
Ralph?
My mom's around, but she doesn't get the show.
Yeah, and Ralph, by the way, certainly no way would she hear about it from anyone else.
No, she's pretty insulated. The only one who would tell her is my sister, and I could give her $10,000 to keep her mouth shut. I'm loaded at this point. By the way, I'm gone for $1 million cash. I mean, it's $1 million cash, right?
Yeah,
after
right.
taxes.
Right, Ralph.
Gone where? Gone where?
I'm gone. Are you kidding? $1 million? You know what you can do with $1 million? Fuck, I'm gone. Really, I don't have to deal with anybody giving me shit over it.
Well, wait, Ralph, you still got.
I'm in the Bahamas somewhere.
You still got a lot of life left. And you got
I'm going to go live it out on a beach. I'm done.
I thought all these guys, $1 million's a huge to me, but I thought all you guys had more money. See, $1 million's not a big lifestyle. That's if you just
really.
It's like $70,000 a year if you just live on it.
Hold on a second.
You realize how much? $1 million's you put it in the bank and just live off the interest.
But that's like $70,000.
First of all, it also depends on
$70,000 a year. I sell my house, get a nice chunk of change for that. Okay, plus with all the other investments I have right now.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong. I respect $1 million, but I
Ronnie,
thought you guys had more.
It depends also on the lifestyle you lead and where you want to live. In New York, $1 million, it's a lot of money, but it doesn't it doesn't solve everything depending upon how you use it. Like Ralph's saying, if he wants to sell his place and go move to wherever and live a different kind of life, yeah, it's possible, but I don't know if everybody's willing to do that.
And Ronnie's got a secret weapon he's not talking about.
What's that?
He can start collecting Social Security as well. Seriously, that's a whole other chunk of change.
But Ralph, you're not getting the $1 million if you're not coming.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem. I don't know. Maybe if I don't have any, maybe I could if I don't do anything for like a month, and you know how you get like that, and if somebody just touches you, you explode.
Well, the other thing is maybe you
is there a time limit? What if quick?
Could Ronnie maybe take ecstasy, and then it might be easier.
I think he has to.
I ain't taking anything, pal.
Drug tested.
I learned my lesson with that
minimum
this
amount of
past
time.
weekend.
Oh, it's like Olympic drug testing.
Wow.
You're going to make sure he
Can
doesn't.
One last question. Can you finish wherever you want?
Well, I think there was talk that Ronnie would finish on my face, which I'd rather not that happen, but I think they want proof that he finishes.
I love it. Yeah. I'd rather not as not know.
Well, if that's one of the little things that has to, little demands for me to get the $1 million, then I'll deal with it.
Ronnie, if you had... Oh, go ahead, Ron. Go ahead,
yeah, but quick question. So if you're finishing on your face, then I have to touch myself to finish. Like, or were you?
No, he's doing it.
We talked about it. Yeah, I would have to be the one.
This is not gay at all.
It'd be like holding a water hose, over my face.
You're earning that $1 million, that's for sure.
And Ronnie,
yeah.
Of course, there's a way this money can be. I mean, it'll turn. Somebody would sponsor it. You could be held somewhere else. So you could sell tickets. I mean, of course, it could be that money could come from somewhere. So don't think that this couldn't happen.
I can't speak for Noel Biederman, but I do know that he was trying to get the naming rights to Giant Stadium, and that's big money. And he's already a sponsor on this show. It wouldn't surprise Gary. Am I off base?
I wouldn't say it's a slam dunk, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's no way is it happening.
I'm going to ask you kind of a crude question, but so to get the $1 million for this, you have to get hard, I guess, to finish, and you have to finish. Well, let's say the option was you could put your penis, your limp penis, between Richard's butt cheeks and not come. Which would you rather do?
Absolutely not.
I'll do that too. Do you come a lot, Ronnie?
Do I what?
Do you come a lot?
I never measured it, dude.
Sir, come a lot.
Would you be interested if there were a $250,000 bonus to go a second round?
I could be up for that, maybe.
Do you guys agree that there should be no Viagra or anything like that, or that doesn't matter to you? Or Ronnie, you have no problem.
Well, Viagra, right? Forget about it. He'd be sucking my dick for a fucking week.
Yes, Viagra doesn't make you come; it just gets you hard.
Hey now, Howard, how you doing?
Hey now.
Hey, I got a couple questions. First, how'd you make out with Artie this weekend with the dinner?
Well, now I can reveal to you my master plan.
Happy birthday, Artie.
Thank you very much, Ron.
As you last heard, I was taking Artie out to dinner on Friday night. So I said to Artie during the week, come over to my apartment at 7:30. And I'll give, so if we can drink and stuff, you get a ride with me, and then my driver will drive you home. So he goes, okay. So he shows up at my apartment 7:30. We get in the car, and Beth had a gift for him.
Uh-huh. And he opened that at the apartment, or
no, he didn't open it up. Did you open it up yet?
Yeah. Wait, which gift?
You
that little
didn't
bag
open
I gave
your
you.
gift?
When you walked in, I gave you a little bag.
Oh, right here. Okay, yeah. No, I did open it. That was very
Very nice. Flirting with disaster.
Remember Artie said he beats off to flirting with disaster?
How weird is this now?
Now you can beat off.
Did you tell her that I said that, or did I like the movie?
No, I told her. I said Artie beat off to...
It's so funny how women are, she's like, she gave me a beautiful card, and it says, Artie, Howard told me you enjoyed this movie.
So anyway, so we get in the car.
DVD, you can pause it and everything.
And what Artie did, and Artie and I were talking, and Artie had a family dinner.
Yes.
The night before with about 27 people or something in his family at the 21 Club.
How was that, Artie?
It was great. I would recommend anybody who has the wherewithal to do that. It's like this private little room at the 21 Club that goes back to the Prohibition days. It's got a lot of history, and it's the only table in the room. So they just cater to one party, and it's just a great experience. We had a lot of fun.
Good.
It fits about 20 people. So,
So Artie had this family gathering and stuff, and so he said to me in the car, I'm just glad we're going to dinner. The three of us, we'll have some conversation, blah, 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 blah.
He was tired from his party before.
Yeah, and he said to me, and I'm just so glad that, my family got together. It was great. And he goes, at first, his sister Stacy was going to make the party a surprise party, but he was like, I don't want any surprises, So, all that. So we're driving down, and what Artie didn't know was, for his 40th birthday, I bought out the entire restaurant, John's, the pizza place.
Yes, one of Artie's favorites.
I took it over for the night.
Unbelievable.
John's Pizzas.
Wait a minute. You had a surprise party for Artie?
I didn't invite you. That was the surprise.
I'm surprised, too.
So what I had done, and Beth and I discussed this, we were sitting at home. We said, what would be the ultimate party for Artie? And Beth goes, first of all, John's Pizza is the best. She goes, Artie would want like beer and pizza and pasta, like the best he could get.
Yeah.
And she said, so we got to find a place that that we could do something really fun like that where he doesn't have to get dressed up.
A lot of great pizza places too don't have enough room at all to accommodate a party.
Right, they're not that big.
It's a unique thing to find.
Right. So in the search, and your friend Sheila there helped out. We should give Sheila
She was wonderful.
Plug.
Yeah. But she helped us. We find out from the guy at John's, they've never closed the place down, ever, in its history.
Right.
But the guy said, hey, this sounds like it would be kind of fun. So he quoted me a price. And he said, okay, you'll have the place all night till 1 in the morning or so. We'll close it down. You got booze and food, and we'll bring in dessert from somewhere else, this and that, the other thing. So...
Done deal.
Done deal,
Nice.
right? And no matter what anyone wanted, you want pizza pie, boom, you bring, they'll make it up for you. And then they also had meatballs and great
Was the
shells,
food
which
good?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right?
I forgot-
Unbelievable.
Well, again, I love John's. I probably went to John's originally 25 years ago, and in my days when I was in the Village a lot doing stand-up, I was at John's constantly. I always wanted my picture on the wall. At the end of the night, I took a picture with the owner. I think I'm finally going to get on the wall of John's.
Good for you.
And I had it. I decided that day I'm going to run 87 miles so that
So that you could eat?
So that I could eat. So I had so much food. I had 4 slices of pizza. I had tons of shells and this and that
Oh,
beer.
so you were pasta loading after your marathon?
Yeah, and I was drinking so much beer. I love that beer.
Beer?
Robin Howard had, my count was 5 slices of pizza and
Might
a
have
few
been 5.
cold beers, and it was just, and I was sitting next to Howard having beer and pizza.
Oh, yeah. So we pull up to John's with Artie, and all the maniacs that I invited to Artie's party, I hear them all the way out on the street going, shh, 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 here he comes, here he comes, shh, shh, everybody quiet. They can't even do it.
They can't even do that, right?
So we get out of the car, and Artie's like, where is this place? What place are we going to? I go, oh, no, it's next to John's, but so he was all confused.
Right.
And we were in the middle of a heavy conversation and everything, but I was really focused on surprising Artie.
Right.
Beth gets out, we get out, and Beth was dressed like a little which was great. Right?
Beth looked fantastic.
Yeah, she was dressed like a she said, I'm going to dress like a tonight. And I said, well, everyone will appreciate it, I think. So we get...
Double A wasn't there, was he?
No.
Okay.
No. So the people invited were a couple of Arties.
Yeah, I don't even know what the guest list was.
It was a couple of people from here, a couple of comedians that Artie... your boyfriend was there. That's why we thought you'd show up.
Oh, please.
Yeah, it was...
Jim was
single. No, like the three...
I go, hey, Jimmy, where's your girlfriend? He goes,
I left
wow.
her tied to the bed.
The three
I'll be resting my balls on her later on.
The 3 comedians they did invite were some people who were close friends of mine, Nick DiPaolo and Joe Matarese and Jimmy Florentine, and only one of them was single. Only one of them had no date. So, I guess Robin was busy.
Yeah, she was detoxing. I'm not kidding. She was detoxing.
No, I know. I figured she was doing something healthy. So.
Well, anyway, in fact, this all came about because Robin had said to me, let's get the people together. I said, it's Artie's birthday. I was talking to Beth. I said, we're going to throw him a surprise party, so we were all going to get together. But,
yeah, and then I couldn't go.
Right. So we were going to make it the following weekend, but then your birthday would have passed.
Yeah, would have been passed.
Would have
I
been
said,
kind of
no,
weird.
do it now.
So I'll just make plans with Robin and trot her around.
Robin did offer me a fantastic gift, though.
What was that?
We're going to go
You're going to detox with her?
Yeah, that's what I really need.
She's going to wrap you up in a blanket?
That would be the nice thing to do for my health. But no, we're going to go see Chaz Palminteri is doing a limited run of a Bronx Tale. That was originally a one-man show that he had.
Yeah,
he performed and wrote, so we're going to go check that out, which will be amazing.
Yes.
It's very thoughtful of you.
We'll get together today and match our schedules.
But I can't tell you how special this was. Like, the stuff with my family, it was so generous and so wonderful, and I hate attention with birthdays, and I always thought I would hate a surprise party. I always said, I don't want to deal with that. And I found out that I love surprise parties.
Artie called me next day. He gave me a very nice phone call. And he goes, I found out something about myself. I love surprise parties, and I love getting gifts.
I said to somebody, everybody thinks they hate a surprise party, but then they have it, and they appreciate it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if you were happy we were having a surprise party. I didn't know. I was like, I hope he likes this.
Oh, because I put on a collared shirt for the restaurant, but I had a T-shirt underneath it. As soon as we walked in, it was like I collared shirt right off. I had the T-shirt. I had pizza dough powder all over it by the end of the night. It didn't kick in how amazing it was until... Like, it started to thin out at about 11:30, and we were drunk, and there was some of us left, and the people sitting there go, listen, guys, do you want more pizza? We'll make whatever you want. You got the whole rest. You got the rest
for you.
Well, everyone had left except for Artie, Benji, Ralph, and
the Pace wife Pam got there late.
Yeah, so they're just sitting there. Now I have the place rented till 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So the owner said, if you guys want another round, start all over again.
They said,
So the whole place. And meanwhile, people on the street are trying to get in, and
they can't.
And Ronnie and Mike were watching the place. People were really pissed because it's like sort of a New York City landmark, and people.
And they don't even take reservations.
No,
do they?
no, you walk in.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was really great fun. It was a good crowd of people. It's funny too. Robin couldn't make it. Fred.
I couldn't make it.
Why were you?
I had a gig. I was in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had the wrong date.
He
had you canceled it and had it this weekend, I would have been able to make it.
And the other
person,
no one understands having a gig more than me, Freddie. That's great. Though.
Beth called each person, and the other person who wasn't there. So Beth calls up Richard Christie.
Yeah,
Richard Christie wasn't there.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
What? Yeah. So he goes,
Hey.
Oh, wow. He goes, Beth, you know how much I love Halloween.
Oh, geez.
So Beth doesn't know shit about Richard.
Right,
She's going,
yeah, who would know that?
She goes, you know how much I love Halloween. Our favorite line now to say to each other is, you know how much I love Halloween. And she's going, I don't know that, and I don't give a f***. It's like, can you come or can you not? So he goes, me and Christy. By the way, I realize his last name is Christy. His girlfriend's name is Christy.
She's going to be Christy?
Me and Christy.
Christy squared.
Christy to the 10th power.
Oh, that makes it even sense.
I go, wait a second.
I have to get married now.
Yes,
I'm not waiting.
absolutely.
I said to Beth, Christy.
She's Christy, I'm Krusty.
So he goes, me and Christy love Halloween. And we have everything booked up for the whole month. We love to go to Salem and go to 10 different haunted houses. And we planned it. Now, maybe I could switch my plane flight. And Beth's on the phone going, oh, my God.
Could you imagine, like, this girl, she says she loves the haunted houses as much as Richard. My theory is she didn't.
Right, she
gets
never
invited
went to a haunted house in her life.
Well,
she gets invited to what's going to be, what a great time that sounds like. Just got to go to Salem,
So we called Richard in September. You know, and Beth goes, "It's September." Wait, Artie's party's October 13th or
right,
so.
He's already booked it?
Well, yeah, we did it on the 12th, and it's like she's like, "He's already." That's not Halloween.
You don't understand.
You don't know how much I love Halloween. Maybe we could. We're supposed to be in the haunted house Saturday morning. Maybe we could switch our plane.
And that's every detail of his life was being laid out there.
I mean, that is astonishing.
Could you move the party to Salem?
Maybe.
Isn't there a John's Pizza in Salem?
Yeah, maybe we should just move the whole party for Richard.
Yeah, I heard you were really perplexed.
Well, when she called me, I was actually at Halloween Horror Nights in Florida. And I was like, I really wanted to go to the party, but I actually booked my Salem trip a year ago because it's hard to get.
This is everything he told Beth. He goes,
I booked it a year ago because it's hard to get reservations if you don't book a year in advance.
There's a lot of idiots like you.
Oh man, this was like a convention for Halloweenies, like people like me.
Halloween.
I'm a Halloweener.
Oh, it was the best.
Halloween.
So anyway, here's what it sounded like. Fred, you need to put up the audio, but here is Howard TV has tape of Artie walking into John's Pizzeria for a surprise party. Here he is. Here's Beth. There's Artie. There's me.
I mean, I was duped. It worked completely for the record because you've taken me out to dinner for my birthday before, and
you were really surprised, right? Nobody ruined it.
Genuinely, when you set out, people might have ruined it.
You didn't hear the noise coming in? Or
no,
anything?
I mean, I was duped to the point where the first person I saw was Teddy. And I immediately said to myself, God, did something happen? My sister had to fly to Italy that day. I'm like, did something happen? Was something wrong?
Oh, no.
And then, I mean, so I was surprised. I mean, up to the last minute, I didn't know what was going on. And then, I mean, I got to tell you, man, the feeling of appreciation and love, and it's so thoughtful to do that at a pizzeria, and I don't know, and
even drink beer with you.
Yeah, I really got emotional about it. Sheila told me how hard it was to, you went back and forth with them. We never shut it down, and how God knows what you spent, but even just the thought of having it at a place like that. No, I'm
closing down a whole restaurant and that's cheap.
Yeah, I heard a few of the details, and Sheila said, then they thought about it, and then they decided to really come up with a price.
And the foot
what
trap.
They thought that would,
you gotta if you close it down, they've got to make sure that they're going to make what they made that night.
Right.
And the foot traffic they get on a nice autumn evening in New York. I mean, people were going. You could say. I mean, it's a legendary place.
Yeah.
And
how good is beer and pizza?
I don't know.
Oh my God!
I wasn't there.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
I really got the feeling like I really said to myself. I said, I'm so glad that these people are in my life. They really feel like another family to me. Howard, it was so generous and so thoughtful, and I was blown away by it.
Great. I knew you. I thought you were having a good time when we first walked in. I went, oh, maybe he didn't want this, but I just thought it was so much fun.
Well, it takes adjusting, and then we were all.
Then you start to really appreciate it.
Well, when you plan for Artie, I said, well, either it's a pizzeria or we fly everyone to Afghanistan for a poppy field. Where we just
a heroin den.
Take him to a real life opium den.
That would have been thoughtful as well.
Yeah, right.
But
Artie, I closed down an opium den for you.
We're all gonna get high together.
What does that cost?
Probably more.
But the reality of it said it was me, Howard, Gary, Ross, Tim Sabian, and Ralph. We're all sitting in a little booth, and I'm sitting next to Howard eating pizza and beer, and we were joking, laughing. And it was nothing but fucking fun. And then at 11:30, we're all like a little lit because we were drinking the whole night. And the guy said, hey, dude, what do you want? You want more pizzas? We were like, yeah. They got 4 pizzas out in a heartbeat, hot off the grill. And
Artie has willpower too. Like I'm sitting there.
What do you mean?
I'm sitting there chowing down on multiple different pizzas, vegetable pizzas, all kinds of pizzas are out there. And the guy says, Artie, what's your specialty? What's your favorite pizza? Like, this is so cool. And then Artie goes, well, I like sausage and pepper. Or
sausage and mushroom. Right.
So I'm sitting there eating and eating and eating. And Artie's looking at me and he goes, I go, Artie, get a slice. There's a million slices around. He goes, I'm waiting for my special pie. I go, well, why did you have a piece while you're waiting for it? No, I'm waiting for my special pie. And he's waiting. I see him now. He's getting nervous. He's looking around at that guy.
He's beginning to break.
I was going through withdrawals.
I watch Artie. The pie comes out, and I see the guy took a little step away from Artie. He goes, no, that's my pie. And the pie comes over and slicing. The guy goes, you want me to, Mr. Lang, you want me to leave this pie on your table? No. And Artie's now like, yeah, you know Artie wanted it on the table. He goes, no, put it over there. Other people can share.
You had to share it?
Yeah. Oh.
I had about 4 of that, the slices of that one, and by the time I got to your booth, though, I had already had a ravioli and meatball plate.
Oh.
So, and then I went to some garlic knots, and then I probably ate 11 slices throughout the night.
Did you?
But it was like, it's John's Pizza is smaller pizza. It's more like a bar pie. But I had about 11 slices and probably, I don't know, I had a bunch of pieces of sausage. They had great sausage and pepper. They had meatballs in and out of the gravy, which is very key for anybody who knows how to put a meal together like that.
The only person, of course, who was I wonder if they have tape of this. I mean, really, I got upset. Beth got real upset.
What happened?
So the people at John's are being great. The whole place is open to us.
Right. I mean, they couldn't have been friendlier.
So then at that point, well, guess who do you think the of the night is?
Well, I don't know who everybody was, so you didn't give me the whole guess list.
All right. Well,
there's a couple without knowing.
All right.
It would either have to be Sal.
Okay, bingo.
Or
Sal.
There you go.
That's all right. You had to say.
He was my number one. Ronnie was my backup.
Sal. No, Ronnie was really weird.
Was he mellow?
What?
Ronnie was extra
subdued,
mellow. Yeah, he
and
was.
like now he's serious, Ronnie.
He's got a new personality
Yeah, now he's
another bad personality?
This one's better than the other
Here's
one.
the deal. Had Richard been there, I think it would have been neck and neck for Sal and Richard, because Richard...
Well,
Richard
it probably would have
behaves.
gotten worse.
No, you know what? It was a really embarrassing moment at that party that Robin and I threw for you at the engagement thing. He kind of stood up at one point. He was totally drunk. His gums were like purple. And he was kind of like reeling back and forth.
Yeah,
it was just really...
He does this thing where you can't walk right.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, this is a party with your friends and your peers. Like, I know you like to get drunk, but try to behave a little bit one night.
So why was Sal the big...
Yeah, why?
Okay. Sal's wife was there, and stuff. And she didn't seem real friendly to me, really. I don't know what the deal is going on between him and, I don't know what's going on.
Now you're having a problem with Christine? Do we need to bring in a counselor?
No. But I mean, I don't know. I think she's loopy from, being married to Sal.
Who wouldn't be?
So anyway.
Little shell shock.
Now I could see why. Because, we're there and we're having this great time.
Yeah, it sounds like a beautiful night.
Couldn't have been more fun. It was
Sal
great.
grew up in a pizzeria, so I guess he said to the guys at John's, can I make a pie?
Okay.
Oh, no.
So Sal gets behind the thing over, not behind the thing, but he's there and he starts making a pie. Okay, fun, good fun. Scott DePace somehow, I wasn't there for the beginning of this, but Scott DePace said, I'll make a pie too. So they had a pie making contest.
And I suppose Scott got his expertise at Showtime.
Don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I
Or
didn't see
Showbiz.
Scott's pizza. I just walked in. And Sal was putting his pizza in the oven, and his hands were full of sauce. He takes his hands and smears them all over Scott DePace's face. Like tons of sauce. And DePace gets pissed off, and of course takes his hands and rubs them on Sal.
So he returns the favor.
And all of a sudden Beth says to me, you know what? These people are so lovely at John's. They're being kind and letting them make up.
They've never done this before.
Right. She goes, I go, guys, stop it now. I said, Sal. It wasn't really Scott. It was Sal. I go, Sal, enough. I don't want this now. This is a restaurant. It's not your home.
Wow.
Oh, God.
How come you can't have a good time if Sal is around?
Show the clip of that. Yeah, it looks like they
See,
have a
I
clip.
didn't see it. I just heard
did.
about it.
Thank God I was there. And DePace is a good
right
sport.
in the sauce pot.
I would have punched him.
Oh, no.
Like, why would he do that? What possesses you to just do the guy from John's afraid.
Yeah, and it was going to escalate, I know.
Right.
And I just went, no.
You're not going to destroy this restaurant.
No, you
And Artie's party.
And it wasn't DePace. It was Sal.
Yeah, but I mean, if Sal does something, you don't have to return the favor. That's not
but
a
I'm
bright
sure
thing to
DePace
do.
was embarrassed.
It was all over his head. Scott had sauce
I
all
know
over his
that,
head.
but still, you gotta maintain.
Right.
Because it then would have been the drunken brawl at John's that Howard started.
Yeah, who wants Sal's hands on your face, even if there's no sauce?
The rest of the night, Sal had, sauce all over his shirt, too.
Right.
And I was like, because I didn't see that. And when I saw Sal, I said, what the fuck happened
How
to
did
you?
that happen?
I said, what did you do? He's like, me and DePace got into a food fight. I'm like, what? How did that happen?
But where did that sauce come from? Because if that's a pot of sauce that they use.
No, they gave them each a little
Oh, thank goodness, because I'm thinking they put their hands in.
No, none of that. It was great, though. It was great fun. I was really pleased with myself.
It was a blast.
I do want to ask Sal why he had his...
Where is he? How does he feel this morning?
He's been bumming out all weekend that you're going to bring up the fact that he was having that food fight.
It was like, I think Beth... It's like,
But he never changes.
Did you do something with your facial hair?
What did you do?
Shaved his mustache.
What did you do?
I screwed up shaving. I set the wrong setting on my razor, and I cut off the right side of my mustache.
You had a mustache, and now what do you have? Like a terrorist beard?
Like Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, you look like dude. Shave that.
Why not
off.
shave the whole thing? You don't like the whole thing shaved?
Nah, I have no chin. I look like a turtle without this thing.
Really?
I look
So
terrible.
just paint yourself green.
That's a calculated thing that you think you look bad
Look at
with?
that beard, Robin.
When he walked in here, I was like, "Who the heck is that?"
It's my Halloween costume.
Dude, why do you have to
I'm a
like?
pilgrim.
Why do you like? Even Beth said, like, how the would we invite? Like, now I know we'd never invite Sal
Right.
anywhere. She looked at me. She goes, "Oh, please don't let him wreck this party."
I know you guys are always worried and paranoid about me, which
And
I
there's good
understand.
reason for it.
Right. So I just want to let you know that, I'm sorry about that, and it wouldn't have escalated. As soon as you said stop, I stopped him.
But why do I have to say stop?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what are you
It
doing?
would have escalated had you not been.
Like, why'd you have to put sauce all over
First of all,
DePace's head?
I put a dot on his.
So what? Why do you have to go there, man?
He threw a whole glob of sauce back in my face.
Yeah,
a glob, and I
can you blame him?
I think he went a little overboard.
No,
We're having a
he
nice
doesn't know-
time.
He doesn't know how much is on his face. He's embarrassed.
Well, you know what? When you do things like that, you have to gauge on how far you can go. Scott crossed the line.
I see.
I did the dot.
You didn't. Oh, you did it the right way. Okay,
I tried.
Okay. I didn't realize.
Sal, you're two adults. You picked gravy up, no matter how much it was, and put it on another adult's face. I mean, come on.
I beat him in the pizza competition. It was my way of, celebrating. And by the way, Howard, my wife thought you looked very good that night.
Thank you.
She said something that I was kind of shocked myself. She said she finds you to be very sexually appealing.
Oh, well, she wasn't being friendly to me. I was coming over and talking to her.
I remember she was talking to Melissa Zapin, and you walked over to say hello. And did you hear what I said? I said, hello, somebody's saying hello to you.
Yeah, but Ralph, you're on the air.
So, you missed the greatest thing that Sal did later in the evening. For some reason, I'm not really sure.
As a tribute to Richard.
Down the street a little bit, there was a deli with a bunch of pumpkins out.
Oh, yeah.
So Sal pulled down his pants and rubbed his on the pumpkins.
Why would you do that?
I slapped my on the pumpkins. As a tribute to Richard, because Richard loves
in
pumpkins.
Public?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Wait, it's in the village on a Friday night at like 12 o'clock, and there's people everywhere.
What are you doing?
And that's somebody's store?
Yeah.
That's right next to the party.
Dude, I can't give...
I just saw a video of it, which will be on Howard TV, but, I mean, that's ridiculous.
No, it was the funniest thing ever.
It's the craziest thing I ever saw. Why would you do that?
Because I'm an I really am. I have assolitis.
Is it when you're drinking you lose impulse control?
I wasn't even drinking. If I drank, I would have taken a shit on those pumpkins.
Sal turns to me and goes, "Should I do it?"
It's too much. Dominic Barbara, what do you want?
What really interests me was, of course, it was a pizzeria, where he loses it. But I have to tell you, after 22 years, the greatest goosebump chills I ever had, was when he said last week to our favorite comedian's girlfriend, how he said those words to her, I still don't get. And why he said them.
I don't know.
Didn't you get
We're not going to go overboard with that. All right, thanks, Dominic. We're not going to revisit that.
What's he talking? I never was talking about
The roast of Pat.
You got to really listen carefully when Dominic calls.
Yeah, right.
All right, look.
Howard, but speaking of books, I had a wonderful gift for Artie. Did you hear about this?
No. What did you do now?
Gary sabotaged my gift completely. I wanted to do something thoughtful for Artie. I wanted to make him something from the heart. I wrote him a book based on his stories through the eyes of a child.
Right.
I drew it with crayon. It's called Artie is Funny. And it was all his stories, him dressed as a pig, him getting a load on his chest. It was a beautiful book. And Gary comes in the last minute. He goes, "You're a weirdo.
Hold on.
Don't do this. This is going to upset Artie." I go, "How can it upset Artie? It's a touching thing." And I sat down with Mary Delabate and Melissa Zapin and Pam Sabian, and they said that was one of the most touching, wonderful things. And Gary ruined it.
Howard, you really are not a bright person, I realize, and I sincerely mean that.
It was a wonderful
because he's
gift.
talking about how he sat down with I walk in, right? I look on Sal's screen. There's a picture that like a 5-year-old drew of a troll wearing a pig nose.
Look, that's the cover of the book. Look, Howard.
Right.
Howard, look at that.
That's pretty funny.
It's called Artie is Funny.
So the whole thing is about Artie getting alone, and I just said, "Oh, what's that?" He goes, "Artie birthday thing," and I said, "Oh, that's funny," and he goes, "It's really touching," and I said, "Well, I don't know that it's touching." I go, "It's funny to you. You're making fun of Artie. You know, there's the one with it's a Coke story and Artie getting a load on his chest." I go,
but
Artie may find it funny. I go, "But I don't think that it's touching," and he goes, "It's very touching. It's from a 5-year-old."
Look at that.
No, but hold on.
Artie is funny. Artie is big. Artie gets silly, dressed like a pig. And
I just told him I didn't think it was touching.
It's not touching, but it's fun. Would you have liked that, Artie?
I wouldn't have offended me.
Look at that. Artie is funny. Artie's the best. Artie has something stuck on his chest, and there's him with the Yankee shirt and the stain on his chest.
All right.
Well, see, but with a lot of work.
It's just
I didn't
weird.
talk him out of it. I just said it's not touching.
Right.
Look, this is one for you, Gary.
What?
Artie loves sports. Artie loves bets. He cheers for the Yankees and boos at the Mets. Who cares? I know it's a dumb. What's he going to do with this? But Sal, what's he going to do with it?
Don't misdirect the fact that you were an asshole on Friday night. Don't fucking throw it on
I'm not
me.
misdirecting
it. By the way, you're just so fucking out of the mix. I mean, I can't have you to any party.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't invite you.
No.
For a little sauce.
Dude, come on. I rent out a restaurant for Artie and everything, so you got to make it about you.
No, first of all, On Demand asked us to have a pizza competition. I didn't ask to do that.
What is this note? Ask Sal to read the poem he was going to read to Artie.
That
as
is
a
the
toast.
poem. I turned it into a poem because Gary sabotaged it. And it was my mistake because Gary's not a creative
Gary did
person.
you a big favor.
1 second. Then Sal goes home and tells his wife, and his wife goes, "Gary's absolutely right. That's not touching." I didn't tell him not to give it to Artie. I just said...
But what would Artie do with that? I mean, really? Like, who wants it? He's a grown man. What is he going to do with that?
What do you think, Artie?
Well, listen, the fact that you put time into a birthday gift would have been, nice, and I would have said thank you. It wouldn't have offended me. But ultimately, yeah, what am I,
Were you gonna read it, or are you gonna throw it on the trash heap?
I mean, I wouldn't have thrown it out for, a little while out of tribute to.
I mean, it's just
silly. It was nice that if someone
He's not
spends
your
time
dad
on
you're
a
making
gift,
a card for.
It's very creative. It's Artie's edgy stories through the eyes of a 4-year-old child. See, that was the biggest mistake. Listen to that shitbag in that fucking cage of his. You're not a creative person, Gary. That's why you're a producer. You're not in charge of creativity. Yeah. This has come from the same guy who fucking... Go fuck yourself, you fat lip...
But then why would you listen to him, Sal? You should have just given it to me. I mean,
by the way, fucking cheap.
I shouldn't have listened to this asshole. His own wife was telling him that he sabotaged it. Like, why'd you do that, Gary? He called me a
7
weirdo.
cents or 9 cents, you cheap fuck.
What's that?
Just spend a fucking nickel on Artie. He's been good to you.
Spend a nickel. I put my time into it. I put my heart into it. That was the whole
Because
point.
you're retarded that your time is worthless.
What did you give him, you ass licker?
Artie, would you like to tell him?
He actually gave me my favorite gift of the night besides the party. A new iPod that I desperately needed, completely filled.
iPod, iSmart, they're a dime a dozen. You can walk into any fucking place and get one. So unoriginal, so uncreative, typical
And for
Gary.
the record, Sal and his wife got me a T-shirt that said "emotional friend" on it, which I thought was funny, and he got me a $100 gift certificate to a bookstore. So he did spend money. Everybody was very nice. And
someone was telling me that Scott the engineer was grabbing anyone he could while he was eating to talk about his hernia operation.
Oh, really? He was there. See, I still don't have a full list, picture of who was there.
Oh, yeah, Scott was there.
The story is that he sat down with Jim, who works here, Jim's girlfriend, and she was eating, and he was starting to talk about his operation, and somehow I heard the word bowels were involved.
Oh, boy. She's eating, and he's talking about his bowels?
Bon appetit.
Well, my bowel.
While you eat your pizza and ravioli, let me tell you about my bowels.
First of all, you have to understand what a hernia is and to what extent they invade the body to fix it.
At first, they thought it was a small hernia. Then they realized my small intestine fell down into my right testicle.
Do you have any idea how long the human intestine is? I'm sorry, did you just throw up?
Fascinating.
Yeah, someone told me about that at the party, and I finally saw the girl later in the night, and apparently she was very open about how grossed out she was.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people would you say were there?
Oh, 72, I think the count was.
The big party.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge room, so it was. It looked like a very happening scene.
Yeah. And I had some the folks from the news department and some of the people from here and some artists.
Yeah, I heard that the news department wasn't forgotten this time.
Yeah, in fact, I had Ralph Howard there, the voice of Howard 100 News, an unsung hero. And then he was saying his wife is working on this in the City movie, so he must be married to some actress or something.
He is. In fact, she's really good friends with Alec Baldwin. That's how I got Alec Baldwin up here the first time. She was on a sitcom too, but she's an actress.
Yeah, she must be a big deal. You know, Ralph's like one of those showbiz kind of guys too. Voiceover, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Deep voice. So I saw him there for a while, and then he split, I guess.
I just saw a movie on cable TV that he's featured in. His voice is featured in The Paper with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
The entire opening of the film is Ralph Howard. Yeah.
I didn't know his wife was an actress because he kept saying, yes, my wife was working on in the City tonight, otherwise she
Does
would
he
have been
still
there.
keep that same voice?
Oh, yeah. Hello, Howard. Hello, Beth. Thank you for the invitation. I'm enjoying pizza and beer right now.
But he didn't come with his wife.
No. I don't know. Actually, he wasn't drinking. Ralph Howard doesn't even drink, I don't think. Maybe he was. I don't know.
He is. He's a real nice guy, Ralph. He really is.
What else? Oh. This is
Who else did you spend time talking to? Did you get stuck with anybody that you couldn't get away from?
Well, first I was talking to some. I have a hard time talking to Jim, your boyfriend.
Jim Florentine?
Yeah, because I don't know. We saw each other. We looked at each other. We didn't have much to say, but it's hard. You know, the room is noisy. There's a lot going on.
Right.
And I just wanted to eat. When I ran into Jim, I just wanted to eat. You know how when you're hungry, you just want to eat? You don't want to talk to anyone?
You always save yourself for the party, so you're starving.
I made a beeline right over to the ravioli and everything.
Yeah, well, so did I, because, you know, I
need a little something to hold me off.
Well, whenever it's going to be, you know, you guys go to dinner at these nice places, I tried to save myself.
So you had a good hunger going, too.
When I was ravenous.
So they didn't wait to put the food out. The food came out right away?
Oh, it was out. By the time we got there, it was out.
All right.
And I just asked for a custom pizza, which didn't take that long.
Yes, Ralph.
I just heard the funniest thing. I had no idea Scott was there. I was there from the beginning to the last one to leave, and I didn't even see Scott. What the fuck? Scott, this is why he doesn't get invited anywhere.
People don't notice him.
Scott, I swear to God, I didn't even know he was there.
Hello.
What did he do all night?
I don't know. He walked around. He talked. The eeriest guy was Ronnie, the limo driver.
What you started to allude to that earlier. You said Ronnie was really weird.
Ronnie's how do you explain Ronnie's new personality, Scott?
Ronnie doesn't talk to anybody anymore.
Yeah, like he's all angry and doesn't
because of what you
talk.
just did to me. Because Jim McClure and his girlfriend was sitting there, and Jim McClure was telling me he had a similar operation, and he was asking about my operation. It wasn't. I didn't volunteer the information.
What is that about the bowel or what
your
information?
fucking intestines fall out of your abdomen into your balls. That's what happens. That's basically what happens.
Fell out of my
abdomen and
into my balls. If you're not careful, if you happen to punch your
that's
balls,
all I said. It wasn't
there
gross.
might be a perforation in your small intestine, and your testicle fills with shit.
And what's
Someone
with
told
Ralph?
me.
Am I making you nauseous yet?
Ralph, call back if you want.
Fuck Ralph.
Someone said since your operation, now your penis looks like high pitch Eric's. Like there's no penis there.
Now, how would they know that?
No, I said.
What happened?
It retracts. It goes in like a turtle's head. It goes in all
So
the
you
way.
have no cock.
Well,
you don't
sometimes,
show at
in
all?
certain positions when I sit down or something.
You mean your penis retracted?
Yeah, all the way. And I asked the doctor. I was at the doctor the other day. I said,
But
"What
my
the hell's
vagina
going on
is
here?"
fine.
He goes, "Don't worry. It's fluid. It's swelling. It's muscle. It'll get better."
Oh, it's going to go down.
Is there anything good in your life?
No.
No.
Believe me, there is nothing good right now.
And Ronnie, what is your new personality? I mean, like you're like.
What? I didn't bother anybody.
No, I know, but everyone just says you're like so angry lately.
I wasn't angry. I was talking to. I was sitting with Pharrell the whole night and talking to him.
I don't know. Everyone
What's
just
wrong
says
with
you're
that?
acting really strange.
Because I wasn't a drunken, didn't make an ass out of myself. Now I'm no good
I
for that.
It. I had no problem with it, but there is something weird going on with you.
I mean, I let JD take my place.
Do you not want to talk to anybody else? You don't
What? I was
circulate
talking-
anymore?
what are you talking
You
about?
said you spent the whole night with Pharrell.
I was sitting with Pharrell and Scott.
Yeah, we
What's wrong with that?
But you don't move around.
We
you don't
called
talk
we called
to
into
Artie?
Pharrell's show and we busted ass over there while we were sitting there at the table. Pharrell wanted us to call in. We called in.
All right.
You don't go over and talk to Artie?
I talked to Artie. What are you talking about? You weren't there. I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, you didn't even show up.
Yeah, you
What the
didn't even
fuck is
show
your
up.
problem?
What were you getting your ass cleaned?
I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. Poor Pharrell. What a horrible
What do you
night.
mean, poor Pharrell?
He's stuck with
Ronnie
Ronnie
and
and
Scott.
Artie.
Well, did you notice how I stayed away?
Jesus.
Howard,
That's
did
not
you
a
notice
good
how
table.
I stayed away from you, and I stayed
Yeah,
away
so
from
did
Artie.
I. I figured, you know.
I said hi to you, Scott.
You said
I
hi, and that was it. I just kept my distance.
Why would you keep your distance from me?
I talked to
Because
Artie.
anything that I say obviously comes up like this.
Right.
No, I don't.
So,
Well, that's great.
and fucking Ralph, I said hello to. I don't know what his problem
Nobody
is.
remembers you.
I was obviously
Except the
McClure
woman-
and his girlfriend remember
No,
me. Ronnie
the
remembers
girlfriend
me.
hasn't stopped talking about it. Well, very good. All right. That's very nice.
Yeah, fuck everyone.
Hey, Ralph, I didn't mean to hang up on you, but I did.
Yeah, well, I'm sure people appreciated that.
Yeah, I try to keep you in small doses.
You know, the other weird thing was, like, you know, like, you were so monitored. Like, even, like, people who are close to you and stuff, like, all they can talk about is, like, how many pieces of pizza you ate.
I know, it is really weird
It's
for me.
creepy. It's like, wow, Howard ate, like, I'm doing Gary's voice, but Gary didn't. I don't remember Gary. But it was like everybody's like, wow,
I mean,
Howard ate 5 pieces of pizza.
I mean, the whole time I'm sitting there, Gary goes and goes, you know, Bulls, I'm really glad to see you out here having fun with the boys and drinking beer. And look at you eating pizza. And every time I'd order pizza, he goes, look at you having another piece of pizza. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's why it's just getting so odd.
He did say to me this morning that you cut out at 9:30. Apparently, he
No, I didn't. 10 o'clock.
He checked his
9:35.
watch.
On the button.
Yeah, was it?
9:35.
I was tired.
But Howard, even Artie sat down and he goes, holy shit, Howard's eating pizza. And he said to you,
Yeah, but
Howard,
it's-
hold on,
it's
let me finish the
obnoxious.
sentence. When was the last time, he goes, Howard, when was the last time you had a slice of pizza? What'd you say?
I said years ago.
Yeah, and it was just weird. It was fun.
I know, but why is there? I don't even know what you ate. I don't watch what you eat.
But why is it this whole show is we all look at each other?
I know, but it's just like.
I know, but now you know what it feels like.
It wasn't just Gary. It was like everybody. That was the whole talk. Like,
You
all
mean that
everybody
was
could
going
talk
around
about.
the room?
Yeah, it's like,
Oh,
Howard
it's-
ate pizza. You would have thought, like, you
And
know,
people actually come running in the room to watch me eat the pizza.
Wow.
fucking people are annoying.
Yeah, not you, Ralph.
No, I don't know how many pieces of fucking pizza he ate. I saw him eat pizza.
That's why I do like hanging around. Ralph. People say to me, "Why is Ralph your friend?" I go, because he really
Leaves you alone.
He does. He doesn't make a big deal about it.
Watch me fucking pizza.
You know what? This could be a whole different day and a whole different party, and Ralph could be calling in saying how many pieces of pizza you ate.
No, I wouldn't.
He blows like the wind.
I'm telling you, everyone, every minute, like Ross too. Hey, I see you eating pizza.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, and you're having beer too. Like, guy goes, it's really good to see you. One of the boys having a beer.
Yeah. Ross
I
was
go,
another one yelling about it.
Oh, Ross was. Ross, you would have thought the Beatles just reunited.
Yeah, can I just sit and eat?
He goes, hey, you're having a beer? I go, yeah. He goes, hey, he's having a beer.
Oh.
I mean, I don't fucking know.
But Howard, if we knew Artie for like 10 years, right, and we know the way Artie eats, and suddenly Artie hadn't had a cupcake for 10 years.
It's a pizza party. What am I going to eat? I'm
and then he
hungry.
has one, you'd be like, holy shit, Artie's eating a cupcake.
I'm hungry.
How could he throw a pizza party and not eat pizza?
That's what I was going to...
I was going to bring Gary in to watch me take a dump so he could talk about how I wipe my ass. Look at you
Oh,
wiping your
wow.
ass.
He took a dump.
Amazing.
It was a fun
tough
time,
being
though.
you, man.
Well, I don't know. I evidently I'm fascinating.
You are.
You're the funny thing about when you and Beth leave is not that you leave, because listen, you guys threw a great party. It was wonderful and everything. But you're first of all, you're the two tallest people at the party, and Beth can't leave. You're so recognizable, and you guys are walking out. And you both go, "Shh, don't tell anyone." But it's so obvious you two are leaving. and
No, it
everyone's
wasn't.
watching you.
We a lot of people didn't even know we left.
I didn't know you left.
Gary watches me.
I'm not watching you. You walked right
Dude,
by me while I was
you
standing
watch everything I do.
Were you the first people to leave?
No, other people had left. Tony Coburn had left with her husband. Other people had left. You know what it was? They were very prompt about getting the food out. We ate, we drank, we had dessert.
Yeah, but you are the host of the party.
Yeah, well, believe me, everyone was having a good time.
Gary was the only one who missed you.
Yeah,
no,
I mean, no
but
one else
really,
saw me leave.
I think it behooves you to stay
We stayed.
until all of your guests.
It was time.
You walked by, Howard.
Let's ask an etiquette coach
But,
again.
Robin,
What is the proper etiquette
Howard
here?
walks by a bunch of people, and everyone says, "I'm the one who notices." And
Yeah,
everyone's
it's
like,
you.
Where's
No one else
Every
knew.
single person said, "Where's Howard going?"
Yeah. Oh, okay. Every single person. Nobody saw me leave.
Howard, you walked by 20
people. Are you blind?
Gary, you're sitting and counting how many pieces of pizza I ate.
I didn't count. I have no idea how many pieces of pizza.
Okay, every time.
Well, Artie said he did count 5.
Artie was the one.
I counted 5.
Howard, you were so drunk, you somehow got my voice confused with
No,
Artie's.
you too. You
No,
were like,
I mentioned it
"Well,
once.
just having
Artie
another beer."
But see, you just make shit up. Artie brought it up like 20 times.
I did. I brought it up.
One time I
Artie
said-
did too. I know.
I said to you one time, "Wow, I can't believe you're drinking beer and eating pizza." That's
You
it.
can't
That's all I
believe it.
said.
You can't believe it.
That's all I said.
You can't believe
Artie
it.
must have said it
All
three
right,
times.
I don't care.
I think it was Artie and Ross mostly.
Yeah,
That
dude.
Ross was counting too?
Yeah, it
my
was me.
God.
It was
Ross,
definitely me.
Ross had a counter with him. You know, one of those
He
things
was
he clicked.
He was clicking every time you.
I tell
It's a
you.
good thing on this
Took a
show
piece.
we don't watch each other and monitor
you
each
watch
other.
me.
And you watch me.
I don't see anything. I don't know what you did.
I mean, not last night, but generally, if we're at a party, you'll be like, "Oh, Gary wore a fucking T-shirt. He's white."
You did.
It was fun.
All right. We had a good time. That's all
So
we did.
Mrs. Norris didn't come
Nope.
to represent the family?
No, they're weird, those two. They don't invite anybody anywhere. They don't.
Robin was busy laying on the floor getting coffee enema.
At least I was busy.
Oh, man.
Fred was staring at a wall.
No, I was in Texas.
I know.
So, Artie, what'd you think about the party Howard threw for you?
It was great. Very generous, very nice. I really felt the love. It was good to, have my second family throw me a surprise party, and it was generous and thoughtful, and I couldn't have had a better time. It was great.
And what'd you think of Sal and Scott DePace making the pizzas and then throwing sauce around, making themselves?
Look, I conduct myself in a classy manner wherever I am. So the thought of them throwing stuff around is so foreign to me. I can't even. It's so beneath me. I can't even think to comment on it. They're animals. They're animals. They're like untamed jackals in the wild, gnawing at a gazelle that was just killed by a hyena as they circle around like vultures trying to get a piece of meat. They're grotesque, inhuman, disgusting animals.
Am I to understand? So you're this high society guy. Did you see what he wore to the party? He claims to have gotten dressed up.
Just
for
an
the party.
example.
It was like
an
bad
example of how just the lack of sophistication and manners on every level. I'm sitting here trying to do an interview with one of the top in-demand cable networks, and he feels it's necessary to interrupt me.
You were talking about
they're like wild boars, and I use boar in the sense of the animal and B-O-R-E. They're boars.
Chicks dancing on top of the bar. It's chaos. Go with us.
What are you doing tonight?
Jesus Christ. Happy birthday, many more, and I know everyone in this room loves you. I love you, and that's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The truth is, I have to say, when we were talking about planning a party for you, Beth said to me, what if we could close down a pizza place? And then it was John's, and we figured you would be happiest in this environment, and I can see that you are.
I am.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, anyway, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I just want to say thank you so much. I must have strict assurance from Corleone. As time goes by and his position becomes stronger, how do I know he won't attempt any individual vendetta? Little Godfather. Guys, I love you all. This is when I hit 40 yesterday, a bunch of people lost money on the internet. A lot of the death sites had to close the fuck down. And it's 80 to 1 for 50, so place your bets right now. And I'm glad you did a pizzeria that's a little well known. If you tried to close down a pizzeria in Jersey, the cocaine dealers that hang there might have given you some trouble. And what can I say? This is the greatest thing ever. Closing down a pizzeria for me. I appreciate it. I love you all. Let's get drunk. Let's have some mozzarella. Let's have some cannolis and schwierdel. And let's fuck some whores.
All right, I'm challenging this bald piece of crap to a pizza-making competition.
How many pizzas did you make in your life?
Millions. How many did you make?
1,000, maybe?
I made 100. So he's from Showbiz Pizza. I'm from my dad's pizzeria. And now And Scott always breaks my balls. He goes, you know what? You can't make shit. You can't make pizza. He used to pride himself on saving money with the perfect amount of sauce, perfect amount of cheese.
And not only that, I can make a pizza in about 30 seconds.
I can make it in 18. Bring it on, bitch.
All right, they're ready for you, man.
Here we go.
There we go. Back there.
All right, ready? Go.
Grazie, grazie.
Happy birthday! Ronnie, welcome to the club.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Babu Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about the swirling rumors that Howard might be a judge on America's Got Talent. We tried to figure out whether it's good for him, whether people will like him, what would happen if the show failed, if the show succeeded, would Howard get credit? We talked about all the things that could happen. Here's how it went.
There's no America's Got Talent deal in place, and Howard doesn't comment on negotiations. He said that, but of course he loves hearing the stories and the speculation. We're going to get into that because there's mixed feelings really on whether he should do it and what it all means.
I thought everyone was asking me whether it's true or not. I said it doesn't really matter. Howard would never come in and say that it wasn't because he loves hearing people talk about him.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember the whole American Idol thing. That went on for weeks.
And he loved it.
You think Howard wants to do it. He said he wants one of those jobs where he can just walk in, speak. He's talking about hosting a game show, but we'll extrapolate to judging. Sits down, judges the competition, and he's out. And that's basically the gig for however many weeks.
In a way, this is no work for him. It's just show up with your opinion.
But do you think it becomes work for him once he decides to do it?
Well, if he did it, he'd have to go to, right. I don't watch the show enough. Is it a lot like American Idol? Like,
similar.
Are there audition cities?
But Yeah, so you go one day. They do all that stuff for you. You go
Right,
one
but you
day
still have to go.
You go one day to St. Louis and you say you're through, you're not through, and you do have to do that a couple of times. That's
Right.
true.
I don't know. When I watch American Idol, I mean, Jennifer Lopez looks like she's about to fall down from exhaustion when they finish those days. Oh my God, it's so hard. We've been here from 8 o'clock this morning. It's 5, and I'm just so exhausted.
But that comes with the paycheck. That comes with the deal if Howard decides to do it. But the angle I want to take is the audience and how, what happens to Howard Stern from an audience perspective.
What are you saying? Like, does it lessen him in a way to some people?
I don't know if lessen's the right word, but it definitely changed the dynamic. You're going to get those people who have never heard Howard before, just know of him and that he's foul-mouthed, and this we heard a lot of like the Milwaukee pundits. And then he's going to be up there and he's going to do his thing judging, and he'll be great. And I get it's similar to what happened when Private Parts came out. It's like, oh, what a sweet guy. I didn't realize that. And Howard's going to get a following from those Midwestern families that he didn't have before.
Well, you were saying it's a lot like when Ozzy Osbourne did the MTV show, how everybody thought Ozzy was a guy who bit the head off a bat. Then they realized Ozzy's just a dad, and there's something in some bizarre way sort of charming about him. Do you think there'll be an era where people will be like, yeah, man, I was a fan of the Stern Show before America's Got Talent.
Yes.
Like I knew him when.
Yes, I do think that could happen. Don't you? I mean, I think the perception of him would change being on that show. And I wonder how the hardcore Howard, the guys who've been there since NBC, would feel about this. Because,
well, wouldn't they be happy for him?
It's vindication, I think. It's
right.
Like, I've been listening to him for this long, and now you're seeing why.
But I remember when I worked in the record store, like that movie, what's that movie with Jack Black, where they were working at High Fidelity? A lot of people love a band until they become popular, and then the band sold out, man, because they sold 11 records.
But do you
think there'll be some of that?
Yeah, I do. Do you think, though, that Howard, one, would welcome that kind of adulation from the crowd like that? And two, if he did do it, can he be just the third judge on the panel? I mean, American Idol.
Let's be honest. If he's on there, he's not just the third judge on the panel.
And
he's the judge on the panel.
And that's why I'm saying I think it then becomes work, because he'll care about how the show comes off. He'll get involved in all phases.
Yeah, it'll be work. But, I thought an interesting line today was Robin said when Al Michaels was in, well, he's watching the show anyway, as if like he should just do it. And Al goes, yeah, on his couch in his underwear. Which means it's no work to watch it. It's a lot of work to do it.
And Al felt it would be a bad idea for Howard to do it.
Yeah, he's a super fan. He thinks he thinks the show is beneath Howard. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
So what? American Idol beneath Howard?
No. American Idol is the most popular show. No, it's the most popular show in the country. Well,
but it's still big. It's still huge.
It's still big, but I agree. First of all, I agree. I think Howard's way bigger than America's Got Talent. I also thought he was bigger than American Idol. I know at the time when Simon Cowell left that it was 30 million, 25 million viewers, but I think. In my opinion, you never want to replace someone who's successful. Well,
he wouldn't be.
Simon Cowell was very successful with American Idol, and America's Got Talent is very successful in the ratings. Now, I know Howard would go and make it even bigger than it was, but I think both shows are beneath him.
To me, the way I look at it, it's not like what's beneath him or whatnot. It's like I wonder what Howard, let's assume he's really considering it, and it's a real thing. Like, what is he hungry for? Like,
Right.
what is the purpose of him? What would be the purpose of him doing it?
I think the purpose is, I know this sounds crazy, but Robin sort of hit it. He just loves the show.
Yeah, he plays along at home.
I think he loves the show. It's one of those things where, like, Fred and I used to sit in our, at Fred's apartment, and we would watch Jeopardy. We'd go, oh, we could be on Jeopardy. And so it's like that, except somebody's asking you to be on it.
And he's also been offered, rumored to be offered the position with Idol, and every time a judge opportunity comes up, the first name that's thrown into the mix is Howard. So I'm sure he'd be interested in exploring that if it was a realistic opportunity.
I just see he can do whatever he wants as a performer, and I'm assuming he feels okay money wise. I might be wrong. Maybe any kind of money is is enough of an incentive. But or maybe he does have hunger for a different kind of acceptance, like he got from Private Parts that he doesn't maybe have now. I don't know, but just it seems to me like he has like the ultimate creative freedom right now, and
yeah, but like anything else, like you're really good on the show, but if you had an opportunity to try something a little bit different where you had more of a voice, Although he would
that's the whole thing. He wouldn't have more of a voice.
Right.
I find it because I do listen. Robin's right. He loves those type of shows. He loves the judging aspect of it. But it would seem much more up Howard's alley to develop a show.
But that's work. Now you're talking genuine work.
I also agree with whoever made the point. I think it was John that says either way it's work. Howard has too much pride in what he puts out there to just. First of all, if all it was being on a set, I don't care. I don't care even if it's the easiest job in the world. If you have to be on set for 4, 5, 6 hours, that's work. That's time out of your day.
But you agree it's a lot less work to step into a program than to develop a program.
Absolutely. But I agree with John or whoever said that. I don't. Even if he did step into a program that already existed, I think Howard has too much of a pride in himself and too much of a work ethic to just slide in out of bed, do the show, and leave. I think he would want to have his mark all over it.
And John, do you think there's another subtext here about when last year when Howard's name came up a lot for American Idol, and it was sort of deemed that Howard's too dangerous for such a family show? Is there a small part of him that would want to go on and kick ass and prove that he can do it?
Absolutely. He alluded to that today when all those pundits were saying how he'd be cursing and all the bleeps and this and that. No, he's been on network television before. He knows how the game is played, and he'd be able to play it well.
But it's almost a part of me that says he would be like, specifically to American Idol, look what I did for the show. You should have hired me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jason.
No, I was going to say he would that argument, the too dangerous thing, is so silly. It's such a fabricated argument. If anyone's ever read the Aerosmith or Steven Tyler biography, that guy was a maniac. Is a maniac in all aspects of life: drugs, women, everything. I mean, he's a complete maniac, and yet he is working fine on American Idol. I'm sure Howard could slip right in.
That's the example I was going to bring up. Steven Tyler is beloved because of this season on American Idol, and anything he did beforehand, other than Jason, I mean, people really don't care about. They see him in that judge's chair, and they think he's just so charming and funny, and I think Howard would have the same kind of reaction.
So we go back to that original argument. There are some Aerosmith. Jason, you're an Aerosmith fan. You're one of the biggest one I know.
Huge, all-time favorite band.
Does it bother you that Steven Tyler's on American Idol?
Yes and no. It's weird. It doesn't affect their music for me at all. I would go see them in concert tomorrow if they were out here. I love them. In a way, I actually dig that Steven Tyler has become so accepted on America. Like, in a way, I don't know. I guess it would have been worse if he went on there and everyone thought he was just this moron, or it doesn't seem to have hurt his image as an icon, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
And even though it's not how I want to picture my rock star judging the show, I don't watch the show, so I don't have that image of him in my head. And it's kind of cool when to hear young people talking about Steven Tyler. So I guess it doesn't bother me, but the news bothered me at first, yes.
Mark, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hello. I was just wanting to comment if Howard does take the position that you're talking about possibly taking. The biggest backlash I think he'd have would be 3 days a week at Sirius here, and goes off to do that when he's looking at semi-retirement. I was just wondering what you guys thought about that.
Well, I don't know that Howard's looking at semi-retirement. He just was able to negotiate a deal to work the amount of days that he wants to work. So you're saying because he's working here less, it bothers you that he went somewhere else to work?
I don't know if I buy that. I understand that's how you feel, Mark, but I don't think that's the issue here. I think it's going to be more a matter of if he decides to go this route and be a judge on a summertime network television show, how are people going to feel about that? Matt, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Matt.
I was just wondering if you think, say he goes on the show, and first of all, I think he should. I think he's the greatest entertainer there is in the world. But if he was to go on the show and the ratings were to go down, do you think his ego could take something like that?
I don't know. I don't think Howard sees. One of the great things about that is he never sees it as an option.
I also think. I don't think the ratings would go down, and I'll tell you why. In the beginning, first of all, it's the top-rated show in the summer. Second of all, I guess there's space to go either way, but everyone's going to watch that show, certainly the first episodes, to see what happens with Howard, how the dynamic is, how it works out. And judging from Howard's success rate, you would think that audience would continue to build over time. But if it did take a dip, I don't know.
I'll tell you, I don't know about, I won't speak to Howard's ego, but if the show took a dip, the articles would be all about Howard.
Of course.
Brutal.
And it's one thing if you really felt that you were responsible for the show going down, and it's another thing to have everyone in America scream and point the finger at you and going, aha, we knew you'd fall on your face, and we're here to laugh at you. Yeah.
But see, that brings up the more interesting point. If that did happen, I don't watch it enough, I don't think it's as impactful that America's Got Talent didn't do well as opposed to how people felt about Ellen on American Idol, because it's the bigger show. And when Ellen went on American Idol, everyone felt that she single-handedly ruined the show.
Right, and they unceremoniously booted her off. I mean,
But it's a different show.
That's a fair point. But the other thing is, if in the reverse, if the ratings skyrocket,
they won't give Howard any credit.
They won't give Howard any credit.
They might give him some credit. Well, actually, who knows? Because if it did go up, that would mean he's more of a mainstream star. Maybe the news would accept him. But right now, as things are, no, I think Howard gets credit when things go bad and no credit when things go good.
You could almost do the cycle in your head right now. Even with Steven Tyler, it started at, Steven Tyler's all wrong for this, is bad for his image. And then after he's on for a couple of weeks, it's like, wow, I didn't know Steven Tyler was this charming.
But Steven Tyler also had Jennifer Lopez coming on, too, at the same time to sort of equal out the shrapnel, where this would be Howard, and that's it.
How
many
actual days is, I know you don't know exactly, but basically, how many days of the show is this show?
Is it on twice a week?
I don't know.
Is it on twice? So it's like the American Idol model.
How many
It's a
weeks?
summertime show, I guess,
12 weeks?
12 to 14 weeks.
Do you think it's just 2 days of taping a week? Or
Well, I think they're live.
I don't know. For some of it, they're live.
It's the exact same as American Idol. They do the pre-tape stuff in the beginning. They do the live stuff towards the end. They have 2 shows on the week,
but I guess
performance and results shows.
The question is the season, is American Idol drags the season out because it's a summer show, is the season shorter?
I don't think so, no.
So it's probably at the very least like 20 days of work, 30 days of work?
Probably.
That's significant for Howard.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we started to have a conversation about why Howard likes when Beth says she's not looking good. It makes him feel good that she feels that way. And Benji chimed in with his Elisa Jordana hat, and then Ronnie said he agreed, and the secret to a woman's heart is poetry. That's right, Ronnie's a poet. Then later in the show, Eric Stonestreet, who plays Cam on Modern Family, came by just to say hi, and he immediately hit it off with Ronnie, who was hobnobbing with him about being out in L.A. and at the fights and NASCAR, and we all saw firsthand what it's like to be in a star like, not Eric Stonestreet, but Ronnie Munn's presence.
Now let's talk about the mutual admiration that Howard and Beth have for each other when either one says how horrible they look. It's a weird, Robin even commented on it. It's a very strange dynamic, but Howard's like, that's what I love about Beth, because she feels that she's looking disgusting, and she looked gorgeous today.
I know. Like I said, they're both in really good shape. She looked particularly good today. And yeah, I don't. What was she saying? That she couldn't possibly complain about her weight, could she?
She said she felt disgusting. Benji, you were in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it was, listen, I think she's very hot, but it's a typical girl thing. Like, she said she felt like stuffed into her pants.
But Howard has those feelings too, sometimes about
himself.
Yeah, he talks about how he's fat, and you know what I'm talking about.
Whenever Howard would make fun of, even when I was 20 pounds overweight, Howard would talk about me like I was 100 pounds overweight. So to him, every pound equals 10 pounds. So if he's 3 pounds overweight, he's 30 pounds overweight in his mind.
Ronnie, why does Howard love it so much when Beth talks about how bad she looks, or she's just not feeling great, or she thinks she looks disgusting? He's like, oh, I love the fact that Beth thinks that.
Because all hot chicks think that. They all think they're ugly.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't get it, but they all think it. They all think they're fat. They all think, if they have like one meal that they ate too much, they feel like they gained 30 pounds. It's weird. They feel bloated. They can't move. Their clothes don't fit right.
Do you remember the show Just Shoot Me?
Yeah.
Remember the plot line with David Spade and Rebecca Romaine? Yeah. It was so great. He was dating her, and every time she sort of figured out that she might not like him anymore, he would tell her that she was getting a little heavy, or that she had acne, that she would feel so bad she'd just come back.
Now, do you like to see that in a woman as well, Ronnie, that attitude?
Yeah, I like when they think they're ugly. I think it's good.
And what's the best way to handle that?
Don't answer.
Oh, just ignore it and play stupid?
Yeah, play stupid.
Is that the tactic you take, Gary, or you, Benji? If that ever comes up?
No, I want the chick I'm with to feel hot. I mean,
I agree with Benji.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but they're going to feel hot. They're going to try to make themselves hotter if they think they're not.
So if they don't think they look good, they're going to work harder.
Right, they're going to work harder to look hotter.
I mean, I joke around about it sometimes.
Oh, I joke around
but you
all
don't
the
really,
time.
do you really want Stephanie to feel that way?
No. But it works. Believe me.
Who are you joking around with, by the way? Not the girl, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. The jokes don't go over well.
No, actually, chicks like that kind of teasing, but I mean...
No, they don't.
They don't.
Chicks like when you call them fat?
Yeah, they love it.
You're telling me if your girlfriend says, oh, Benji, I feel so gross, I look fat today, and you're like, yeah, you kind of do.
So
you think that's a good move?
Is that official? It's your girlfriend now?
He declared that
We're in the
yesterday
fucking
on the show.
hat that we're all supposed to be ignoring.
Well, I decide we're all going to wear hats tomorrow.
Benji shows up to work today with a blue hat on with orange lettering that says Elisa on
Why are
it.
you guys all like pointing it out and make a big deal about it?
I told him I got 4,000 hats at home. That I'll bring him a regular, a regular different kind of hat
Look,
to wear.
It wasn't. Yeah, I went to a store and all they had were Elisa hats. That's all they had. No,
Yeah,
And
right.
by the way,
Okay.
by the way, in an amazingly ugly color.
Is it?
Yeah, it's orange on teal.
I've been told my eyes look real pretty in this. No?
It screams notice me,
Who
which
told,
comes as
who
no
told you that?
surprise
Lisa
to
G
you.
tell you that?
Lisa.
No, did Lisa G tell you your eyes look
Lisa
pretty?
looked pissed about it.
So you're gonna have a Stephanie hat tomorrow, Ronnie?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a
sure.
Gary's wife hat tomorrow.
I'm gonna wear a Stephanie coat tomorrow.
One thing that you point out, which we do talk about quite a bit, is the relationship he has with Beth, and it's one of those relationships where you could just tell the two of them are still crazy about each other.
Well, I mean, what did he say? He made a love video for her?
Yeah.
See, again, this is great because, on the one hand, I don't want to goof on him because it's genuine. It's not a bullshit thing. Some guys do stuff like that. It's bullshit. It's very genuine. However, if 15 years ago I came in and said I made a love video for my wife, he would have said, well, that's, the beginning and the end of your relationship because you have to do that. You have to show how much you love your wife, blah, blah, blah. But now that he's in love, he sees things differently. But that's sort of been the core of the show. 15 years ago, he would have said, if you have to go to a party and drink, then you're a loser.
Right.
Now it's like, ooh, I love to drink.
People change.
And they do change.
People evolve. But, Gary, if anybody has the right to make fun of someone making a love tape, I would think it would be you. I mean,
well, no, because he's got the girl. I had my finger going towards the button to sort of try to figure out a way to use that thought. I said, you know what, I'm just going to pull that one back.
You ever done that, Ronnie? Made like a love tape?
No.
Never?
No.
Poems or cards?
Yeah,
or something
poem
like
and cards. Yeah, but no tapes.
What's like the most...
When Ronnie was dating, they didn't have to.
They didn't have to. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Well, what do
Gary.
you think of making a love? Like,
I would chip it out on a piece of cement
like Moses.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of making a love tape?
Hey, everybody's different.
You can say what you want. I won't take it.
No, I'm just saying.
If you think it's douchey,
no,
say
I
it.
didn't think it was douchey. I mean, you listen. Everybody has their ways of getting their feelings out. Okay, Gary, was trying his hardest to get this girl back, and the tape was the thing he thought was going to close the deal. But obviously,
I'll tell you,
wasn't meant to be.
One of the great moments was about a year after the whole love tape thing went down. It was on the air. We were playing it over and over again. And a guy came to me, a guy that I know pretty well, and he was a friend of a friend, and he said, listen, I'm going through this thing with a girl, and I'm going to lose her. And he said, do you think I should make a videotape? I go, are you fucking kidding me? I was looking for the cameras, but he was serious. He goes, do you think the tape might work? I'm like, you got to go talk to someone else.
All right,
did you write the poems, or did you...
No, I wrote poems.
Oh, that'd be so great to see. Do you have any of them?
No.
Or?
The girls have them.
Do you remember any of them?
No.
What about if you write a card to Stephanie now? Would you include a poem or something like that?
Do you just underline
What do you
certain
mean,
words?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her. I don't
She's
know.
not here. I'm asking
I don't
you.
remember.
Oh,
I don't remember what I wrote.
So you're writing poems?
I don't know.
It's sweet. I think it's really sweet.
I don't know if I wrote any poems or not.
You totally
But
wrote
that
a
used to
poem.
be my thing, actually.
That was your go-to?
Yeah, that was my go-to. Poems, man.
Really?
Yeah.
When's the first time you did it? Like, when did it start working for you?
Before they had VCRs, yeah.
And now you think there's nothing better than it's better than flowers or something else?
No, flowers works. Girls love flowers. They love, they love the attention. They love getting flowers delivered at work. That's a great angle right there.
Agreed.
They like when the florist guy comes and they come to the receptionist and is blah 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 here. I have a delivery for her. It's like
They like that they get to show all their girlfriends that they got a good guy.
Exactly.
That's right. And imagine if there's a poem attached to those flowers.
Yeah, exactly.
Gary, you never know who's walking in the halls.
Well, John and I are huge fans of Modern Family. Never miss an episode. With our good friend Danny Zucker, who had a cameo a couple of weeks ago. But with us now, who just was in the halls, is Eric Stonestreet, who plays Cam.
What's up?
On Modern Family.
The Emmy award-winning actor.
Yes.
Eric Stonestreet.
Yes, never forget that part.
Now, you listen to the show quite a bit?
Yeah,
the Howard Stern
absolutely.
Show?
Absolutely. Danny, what did you think of Danny's performance, by the way?
Well, it was a second and a half long, but it was awesome.
It was hilarious.
He got a line, right? He got one line,
Yeah,
right?
he got one line. And
was that his voice?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Oh, that would have been hilarious if they would have had to dub over his voice.
I did.
For one line.
I did. I thought they looped it in.
That would have been. I'm going to tell him everyone thinks that. No, he asked me. At one point he was like, just tell me how to say it. Just tell me exactly how to say it. So I gave him the line, and then he said it exactly that way. But yeah, absolutely. I've been a long time listener of the Stern Show. You kidding?
Now, Eric, it's not there's nothing official. Howard hasn't confirmed or anything, but he's rumored. It's been rumored that he could be the next judge on America's Got Talent.
Man,
good idea, bad idea? What do you think?
Well, I would love it. I mean, if he can be Howard, which I can't imagine he would do it under any other circumstance, that would be incredible. Is it on Against Modern Family?
I don't know.
I hope not. If he
when
says
is it on?
yes,
it's a summer replacement.
It's during
show,
the
so-
summer. It's on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I think. But 8.
yeah, but it's on during the summer only, right?
Yes, it's a summer show.
That's amazing. I would watch it. I haven't watched it in a couple years, but I think Howard would be amazing on it.
He'd be pretty good. You didn't hear any of the show this morning, did you?
No.
We had Chaz Bono. Did you see Chaz in the hallway?
I saw Chaz in the. My girlfriend and I almost went as Cher and Chaz Bono for Halloween this year. She was going to be Chaz. Oh no.
Well, Chaz was on, but before Chaz, Beth came in, and we were talking about Howard's relationship with Beth and how you could tell how genuinely in love they are.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, what makes women happy, and Ronnie was commenting on poems are his thing. He likes writing a poem to a woman.
Does he know who Ronnie is?
I assume you.
Yeah.
Hi, Ronnie.
How are you, man?
Good to see you. You're Ronnie, the
limo driver.
Limo driver, yeah.
He knows.
I know. This looks different though. Do you have something new going on in the facial hair area? No.
Yeah, I just cut this part of it off.
Okay. That's called a Van Dyke.
Gary, I cut it off 8 months ago. Where have you been?
Gary's like,
right?
I knew something looked different about you. You work with him every day.
8
You
months
didn't
ago.
know.
You've cut it off a while ago, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Fu Manchu with the little soul patch.
No, that's called a Van Dyke.
But Ronnie, I like how you pretended that Eric wouldn't know who you are. I mean, your star has been growing and expanding all year.
Just making sure.
Do you know he's got this is no joke. He's got some sort of development deal with Fox Cable, one of the Fox cable channels.
Fuel TV.
Fuel TV, really?
Yeah.
Just about like.
I can't talk about it.
Okay,
yet.
wow. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go there, Ronnie.
I just got back from L.A. and I was
Okay,
told
I
not
get
to
it.
talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I understand.
Meetings.
He was at the fight last week, walked the red carpet.
I was at the fight.
I was there.
Yeah, I was there.
I didn't see you in the VIP room with us.
I was in the VIP room with my friend Brock Lesnar.
Well, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Ooh, Brock Lesnar.
What fight were you at, though? The Pacquiao or the MMA?
No, MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Brock Lesnar's become a pal of mine.
Yeah, I was
It's the
there.
funniest matchup ever, right?
how'd that
Cam
happen?
and Brock Lesnar hanging out at Morton's Steakhouse. I met him through some friends of mine, Kevin Harvick, the NASCAR driver. And
That's my buddy. I'm going to see him Sunday.
They're
Get
good
the
friends.
race.
Do you want to date?
Yeah. I went with Kevin when Kevin threw out the first pitch at the Yankee game. We hung out all night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so do you know Jimmy John, the guy who owns Jimmy John Subs?
No, I don't know him.
That's how I met them all.
Oh, okay.
Was through that guy. But Brock and I have become pals, and he's a tough guy. He's got to fight, the Alistair Overeem on December 30th.
Cool. Are you going to the race this weekend?
No.
You're not going to make it?
No.
Are you a race car fan? Of
I
NASCAR?
love NASCAR. Yeah,
NASCAR's awesome.
I got into it because of that. It's like I grew up watching late models, race in Kansas City. Kansas City's a big race town. But then once I sort of got to go to NASCAR and sit on top of the pit box and watch it from there, it's like, who could not be a fan of this? This is incredible.
Did you ever drive one? Did you ever go to any of the schools?
I can't fit in the car.
Are you serious?
No.
Come on. Now, did you ever go to the schools?
No, I haven't.
Try his schools.
Kevin
right.
has promised me he'd take me around the track.
No. You don't want to go around the track with Kevin driving. You want to drive it yourself. I'm telling you.
Stop yelling at me.
It's a great rush, man. I'm telling you.
I would love to do it.
You got to do it. I did Pocono.
Hey, can I tell you something real quick? Pepto-Bismol is why I'm here today, and I'm helping Feed America give 2 million meals away this holiday season. Go to facebook.com/Pepto-Bismol, and they'll donate 8 meals for every time you like my turkey.
That's great.
That's why I'm here today.
That's great.
Thanks for having me in. This is freaking awesome.
Come by Superfan one day.
I'll do it.
All right.
Hey, what's up? On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked about office bromances that included myself and JD, John and Gary, which you've heard about, and how Jason and JD do not have an office bromance because apparently JD thinks Jason is not better than him and he shouldn't be allowed to make fun of him. Got a little weird, but a lot of it's funny. Check it out.
Howard spent some time today talking about a bromance, Will, between you and JD. And were you aware that you were the father figure in JD's life?
Well, he does call me daddy,
No,
so I
do
assume
not.
that
I don't call you daddy.
that
I
was
never
the
will.
relationship, Dad.
You know what? I went over to JD and I said, listen, if you need an older brother figure, I could be that. He goes, well, I'd rather have you than Will. He goes, Will's like Chet from Weird Science.
So Will picks on JD a lot and breaks his balls and beats him up from time to time. But
he busts him and just
steps on
him and spits on him.
Yeah, that's breaks, you idiot.
But JD comes back for more, Will. So clearly he enjoys the relationship.
Hold on, I don't come back for more. I go in and try.
He's like an abused wife.
I try and say hello to a friend and whatnot, and I get this every day.
But if it bothered you, JD, like, wouldn't you tell Will, okay, enough? Let's just get along or try and work things out?
You know what? It's just, I don't know. I guess I'm able to take it, and he is funny. So
he does the same thing to me, so it's not.
I'm not hardly ever.
How does he abuse you?
He makes fun of me. He hits me from time to time.
How?
He hit me in the office or in the studio this morning.
What'd you say?
He punched me.
Oh,
I don't know what I said. Something stupid.
Yeah.
I like his shirt. Never mind. That's not even.
Let's not even go there.
Well, why? What shirt are you talking about?
What are you wearing?
JD has this great shirt.
Oh God.
He's actually wearing it today. And
What does it say?
It says Karma.
Wait, he's wearing a sweatshirt.
But no, he's covered it up.
Under,
he doesn't like wearing it. So it says Karma on the front, but we've memorized everything that it says on the back. So each letter, stands for another word. So K for Karma is for kindness. Right, Jamie?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Don't lie.
I haven't read the shirt. You and Greg Carmel, the fucking asshole. I read it more than me.
The second A is for abundance. I can't. Second A is for acceptance. Third A is for R is for respectfulness.
This is what I deal with. This is every time.
M is for mindfulness.
Did you pay for that
and
shirt?
A is for abundance.
No, it was a free shirt and go on.
I just try and live by the words that are on JD's shirt.
And every time I walk into a room, every time I wear this shirt and I walk into a room, and Will's like, "Hey, don't forget, be knowledgeable."
But as a sidebar, one day for TV, we should do a JD Benji free shit from the Glombox fashion show.
Oh, you wouldn't have enough time. You wouldn't have enough time.
They wear the most bizarre shit that we throw away.
Yeah, Teddy's made the comment to me a few times that Benji's been wearing the same thing for 3 weeks now.
3 weeks straight. He's been wearing that exact outfit for 3 weeks.
Is that true?
No.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. I have photos to prove
When's the
it.
last time you saw this shirt?
Not the shirt, the pants and the shoes and the pea
Oh,
coat.
like you change your pants.
Oh, man. I can't believe that girl sleeps with you.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
No, they sleep in a bed together. I mean, it's disgusting.
But second base, we heard. Congratulations, Benji.
Yeah, I'm not even clear what bases are.
What do you think the
Just
bases
touch her
are?
titties?
I always forget. Like,
First base is kissing, second base is touching titties, third base is fingering, and home run is getting laid.
mostly first base.
Mostly first base.
Yeah.
No finger blasting?
No.
Howard sounded surprised that this relationship between JD and Will even existed, Gary, but during the breaks, it's clear that it exists.
Yeah, it's funny because Howard's not in the office a lot. I mean, I know I see all of you guys have. I think everybody in the office has a weird relationship, a funny relationship. Whether it's goofing on everybody when they go out to eat together, like I think even you and Steve Brandano and Jason have a funny relationship about how you decide, and JD about how you decide what you're going to eat that day and what groups you're going to go out in and where you're going to go, where you're not going to go.
That's true.
And how Burger King's never on the table.
Well, that's my opinion, but yeah, that's true. We definitely do have that, and everybody gets along really well. I think
so.
But I don't think that there's one like JD is sort of friends with everybody. I know he's tight with Will. He's tight with me.
He doesn't like Jason.
Well, Jason.
I like Jason fine.
No.
He can annoy me sometimes.
The thing that's funny about JD, and we're going to get to Jason in a second because I'm curious about that. But the thing that's funny about JD is JD's he's really mellow, really likable, and he's a good guy. But then when you find out he doesn't like someone, oh my God! Once we found out he didn't like Jared, he was very vocal about that.
If it was brought out, sure.
So what's up with you and Jason?
There's nothing really up. Just sometimes Jason can annoy me, just like he annoys everyone else. What do you want? I'm sure I annoy people. Hello?
No, I'm just listening to this. I'm listening to you describe your relationships. That's all.
Listen, we're friends. I'm friends with Jason.
Do you think Jason's hurt that it used to be Will and Jason and now it's Will and JD?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I think Jason and Will were both a little annoyed with being paired together all the time.
Is that true, Will?
It used to bother me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of over it now. But yeah, there was a time, absolutely.
See, there was another great moment when we got on the air and we found out that Will and Jason Jason was unaware that Will and he weren't best friends.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are times around here, and literally everybody has gone through this with Jason, where you just want to fucking pull his head off, and I was going through that for a long time, and it was weird because it was almost like a cathartic a situation where when I talked about that on the air, it almost lifted everything. Like, I have never had an issue with Jason since. I almost feel bad that I said that on the air. We're as good as friends as we ever have been at this time. So.
But I get it. It was like, remember, for years it was Ganji and Grillo, because when you live together, everybody thinks you're really good friends. I always find it weird that people pair up on the show either to hang out or out of necessity to live together, and then you find out they don't really like each other that much.
Well, Sal and Richard being an exception there because they're paired up and they like each other. I mean, I don't know. Have you guys ever seen the two of them be angry at each other for any reason?
No.
Right? I mean, that's pretty incredible when you think about it. They spend a lot of time with one another.
It's them against the world.
Maybe they take that kind of attitude. I don't know. But, Will, when you had that sort of cathartic experience, is it because like you kept that bottled up inside for a long time?
I think so, yeah. I tend to do that. In fact, when people go, oh, you don't like JD, because you pick on him all the time, it's like, if I didn't like you, I just wouldn't talk to you, and I'd probably bottle up more than actually, bust somebody's balls.
And Jace, you know the way you are. People are going to get pissed off at you at one point just because you kind of provoke that a lot of times. But you're still tight with everybody in the back.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know it's funny to say like, oh, everyone hates Jason, but I don't. You guys spend a lot of time with me for people who supposedly hate me. So yeah, I get along with everybody.
Do you think there's anybody in this group that you've never pissed off?
No. How could you go through life never pissing somebody off? I mean, I love you, but I'm sure you've pissed me off in the past and vice versa. I think that would be weird if I didn't piss anybody off.
But there's pissing people off, and then there's intending to piss people off.
Kind of like what Will says, though, and I know you're always the butt of this, John, but I mainly do that to people I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like, I love busting on you, and not because I don't like you. It's actually the opposite. It's just,
because I totally get that.
I'm sure I piss people off. Hopefully, my friends know that it's just, me being me and not trying to be too mean to anybody. And so far, so good. But I'm a little jealous of the JD Will relationship.
We know.
And it's not because of Will. It's because of JD.
Will's gone. He got married.
No, but Will and I are bros. I'm not going to use the word bromance, but I'm very secure in my relationship with Will. I think we have a great relationship. But with JD, and I know why. And it's more the reason why JD doesn't put me on the same level as Will and John that bothers me more than the fact that he doesn't. And the reason why is JD thinks, and rightfully so, that Will and John are better than him in some way. But that I am like at the very least on the same level of him, if not worse. I'm his Mendoza line. And it drives him crazy when people pick me over him in F, Marry, Kill games. It's never he gets it why they pick Will, but why Jason, that fat guy, blah, blah, blah. He really, I think there's too much of a closeness between me and him in terms of our status or rank for him to look up to me. And anyway, the way he looks up to John or Will.
Where do you see your status or rank in relation to JD?
I don't see it anywhere. I'm just here doing my job, but I think JD ranks. I would be happy for JD if something good happened to him. I'd be sad for him if something really bad happened to him. I don't necessarily do the ranks. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, how could you pick JD for this and not me?
It was more, I don't necessarily know if it's the status, but whenever it was every intern, like if an intern would have picked, had sparsed it out a little bit between me, effing me and effing Jason or whatever, but it was literally every single intern. I'm effing Jason. I'm killing JD every single time. It's like, what the fuck?
Because Jason befriends them.
Okay, whatever.
But if they had picked Will every single time over you, I don't think it would have bothered you.
Well, no, yeah, of course.
Okay.
I don't want to hear anyone,
So this all stems from the intern's F, Marry, Kills?
There's nothing that, no. No. I like Jason.
Benji, I think you're put in this category too. Do you take offense to that?
The dud category, by the way. No, Benji gets effed and married sometimes. I'm the one that gets killed all the time.
It bugs me that when I get killed in the game when the interns kill you or whatever. But I don't. Well, I kind of get what JD means because he has said to me like he gets pissed if I beat him or vice versa. And I get that.
But do you resent the group that you're competing against?
I do.
I would like.
I know how everybody.
I think there's truth to that. I'd rather be in an F, Marry, Kill with with you and Will.
Okay, but hold on a second. Whenever they do an F, Marry, Kill, and say Will and I are in it, Will always wins because I recognize that he's better looking than me. I don't hate him for it.
You're in the category, Gary.
What
That's
category?
what the issue is. If it's Will and two other
Meaning
guys,
you could possibly compete with Will.
You're in the
and that's why it's fine that you're in that category. You know, and again, I know
I'm usually not though. It's usually me and John and somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Gary and I are guy group.
By the way, when you talk about the Mendoza line, I feel like looks wise, I'm batting like 211. You know.
Oh no, I think you're. Wait, what's Mendoza line would be
200.
But 200, but it would be what would the definition be? That would be the best looking, the last best looking person in the office, or like what's below the Mendoza line?
The beginning. Well, yeah, maybe I'm batting 199. It's the beginning of the. It's the beginning of the ugly people.
Yeah, Jason, JD, and I are in the guns at your head line.
Right.
All right.
You know, it's like when we go to a party, and I know this is going to piss off Scott Salem, but nobody wants to be at Scott's table, and it's not because people don't want to talk to Scott, but it says something about you, like, oh, they put me at Scott Salem's table, I must be a shit on.
So if you look at like the little cards that come out, if Scott's at table 6 and you're at table 6, that means that you're in Scott's category.
I will never forget. Will and I went to Fred's surprise birthday party from Robin, and we got the card, and we saw we were sitting at Scott's table, and we were just like, oh my God, Robin hates us.
Did you ask?
No, I had a worse experience because I was at Scott's table at Howard's wedding, and you weren't. I'm like, holy shit. And Benji too, I think, right?
Who does Scott see he's at the table and it's like, oh, fuck, I'm
That's
at his
a great
table.
question. We should get Scott in here to see what he feels about that. One more question.
I think Scott's just happy to be at the table.
One more question before we go to break. Gary, has Howard had a bromance? Does he have a bromance with anyone here? Like, some people have said Fred before. Some people have said you.
I don't think it's me. I don't think it's Fred.
Ralph, maybe?
I think Richard Christie or JD is another one. He loves both of those guys.
He's got a tech bromance with you. You know, when it comes to techie stuff, he likes you a lot. He's never yelled at you on the air. He's goofed on you a little bit, but you're pretty Teflon when it comes to taking shit on the radio.
Yeah, but the bromance thing is, I do talk to him about tech stuff and some other stuff,
and
I guess.
you Skyped with him, which is sort of tech.
But I do think that, I mean, Ralph certainly. JD, he definitely has a soft spot for. I mean, he looks out for JD.
But not a bromance.
Yeah, you're right. It's a difference. He sees JD as like a little brother.
Have you seen JD? There's plenty of soft spots, by the way.
But I got to tell you, for all of us, one of the biggest soft spots we ever had for JD. You know, JD's been with us for a long time, and we know him now. We goof on him and everything. But when he first started with us, he was working for us, but not making a lot of money and just, sort of doing his thing. And we all appreciated him.
Not making a lot of money.
And when he came in and he got punched in the face on the subway and his iPod got stolen, I think we all really felt something for him. We're like, it just sucks that he got his ass. And we just felt for him in a way that made us like him more.
Now, Ronnie, we're talking the bromances here, and someone was saying how you have one with Howard. Do you agree?
No, not at all.
Why not?
Why? Who said that?
It doesn't matter who said it.
What?
It doesn't matter who said it.
No, it does matter.
Why?
Because why would you even think I have a bromance with him?
Well, what is a bromance, Ronnie? Let's establish that first. Look, what is it?
Like a soft spot.
So you think Will has a soft spot for JD?
No, I don't know, man. What do I care? What a bromance. I don't give a shit. What are you talking about?
Just to make sure we're all on the same page, do you feel you have a bromance with anyone? Any guy?
Who said that?
I just
Who said Richie Wilson?
Teddy Microphone.
What, are you jealous?
No.
Then shut up.
Gary and
I'm friends with Richie. I'm friends. I consider myself friends with Howard. I don't have a romance or bromance with him.
Well, no, Gary and I get accused of having a bromance with each other. It doesn't mean...
Well, it's stupid.
Well, but...
Whoever thinks that is stupid. You guys are friends.
So you're against the term in general?
Yeah.
So I think that bromance is when two guys are really good friends and somebody just came up with a goofy term.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? You're a friend. That's it.
You think it's just gay? It sounds too gay.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, boy.
And Ronnie, I mean, yesterday Eric Stone Street accused you of yelling at everybody all the time, but I thought...
I didn't yell at him. I got excited because he was interested in something I was interested in. Because nobody's interested in that shit around here.
Well, like the way JD is with Ryan Phillippe, it seems like you have like these Hollywood-type relationships now. Where you're
Hollywood? Kevin Harvick is not a Hollywood person. He's a NASCAR driver.
He's a famous NASCAR driver.
Of course he's a star.
But you talked about the.
I'll give you a funny example. Okay,
oh boy.
We go. Kevin's throwing out the first pitch at the Yankee Stadium.
Right.
Me and Kevin are walking down the hall together to go to his. They gave him a nice big suite, and me and him are walking together in the hallway, and everybody's stopping me to take pictures and sign autographs.
So you're saying you're bigger than Kevin Hart?
Humble brag.
He's not. He doesn't.
Not
he's
that
not
funny.
No. The thing is,
Did they think you were throwing out the first pitch?
Will you shut up? He's noticed.
Hold on.
He's noticed in South Carolina, North Carolina, where NASCAR is very popular. In New York, nobody knows who he is.
So you don't play.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
You don't play well in the Carolinas, you think? It's more like a
nobody
New York...
knows me in the Carolinas. Who the hell knows going to know me in the Carolinas?
Maybe they thought it was like that Pedro Martinez situation where he had that like lucky midget, and you were like the little lucky gnome.
You're a stupid ass. You really are a stupid ass.
Oh.
And you know what? I gave an interview about you the other day. How really you're an angry man like me. You are angry. You are really one of the angriest people. You're one of the angriest people in this goddamn place. You really are, Will.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about the guests that were on. We had Adam Carolla stop by, talked about raising money for his film, and talked about what went on at the Jimmy Kimmel wedding, the Jimmy Kimmel Molly wedding. And then Dice Clay came by. He's in a Woody Allen movie. He's kicking ass. And he told some really interesting stories about the early part of his career. And we talked about all of that.
Let's move over to Dice, who he didn't get a lot of Dice. Got a little bit of Dice today, but heard a lot of Andrew Dice Clay, meaning, yes, they're two separate people there I'm talking about. He's in a Woody Allen film. A few years ago, I mean, he was struggling, and now he really seems to have turned it around, and we'll see what happens with his role.
He's at his best when we get to talk to Andrew, but you know that Dice is waiting around if you need him. You know what I mean?
Well, he popped up a few times.
But I like talking to Andrew because I like to hear the real stories. And, you know, Fred made the point afterwards. He said something to me like, it's amazing what a spark in your career can give you, like a little pep in your step. And I felt that from him today. Things are going well, and you could feel the confidence.
I agree. And some of the interns don't know who he is.
Right.
And, you know, when he says he was a rock star and really set the bar, he's being, you know, I wouldn't say he's being modest, but you remember, I mean, he's the first one who really sold out those arenas as a comic.
I think for me, like, I always enjoy when Dice comes on because it really brings me back to being 25 and going to see those shows. You know what I mean? He reminds me of the fun. He reminds me of the most fun part of the 80s.
Let's go to the phones. Dan in Chicago, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, I don't know what your guys take, but the interview with Andrew sounded real bitter. I mean, he was talking about how other comics wanted to see people fail. And I don't believe for a minute, especially with the story with Chris Rock, that before Chris Rock went on stage, he goes, people want to see you fail, Chris. To me, that's projecting what people think about Andrew Dice Clay. People.
I can tell you something, Dan. I can tell you something. After years of working with comedians, he's absolutely right. They fucking hate each other, and they're all a big community until one guy rises up. He's absolutely right. There's just a lot of jealousy when there's a bunch of guys in the pool, you know, and you're all at the same level, and one guy rises out of the pool. They don't wish him well. They're pissed.
Even Chris Rock, huh? You're saying he's not well liked by his fellow comedians?
No, what Dice was saying is at the time, you know, before. We always thought that Chris was talented, but before Chris had that special, even Chris says he wasn't playing at his A game, that he wasn't putting all his efforts into it. You know, he was on Saturday Night Live, but he wasn't killing it there. And that special was like, damn, I thought Chris Rock was funny, but I didn't know he was funny like this. And I think that's what Dice was saying.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it just, to me, as I said again, it seems like he was real bitter because I do get the impression that a lot of people wanted to see Dice fail. There's no question in my mind. He's loud, he's obnoxious, and I could see a lot of fellow comedians.
I can give you the list of people that people want to see fail. What's the guy that was just selling out arenas?
Dane Cook?
Dane Cook. They all hated Dane Cook. When he was one of them, they loved him. As soon as he got arenas, they fucking hate him. And it's like that for a lot of people who have success.
Do you think Louis C.K. gets that kind of backlash? He seems to have like a respect from the comedian community.
Yeah, but the thing is that Louis C.K. is doing two things. He's doing it his own way, and he's doing it in a very independent, almost like doing independent movies. In other words, Louis C.K. doesn't have a sitcom on NBC. He's doing his show on a smaller channel and doing it the way he wants.
So he's kept his cred almost.
Well, it's also, if you're going to hate the guy, it's hard to hate him when he's writing it and doing it all on his own.
We heard Mark Maron was talking about that on the show, about how when your buddy makes it, and like it's your buddy, you're happy, but you're not happy.
Yeah. I've seen it a lot. I mean, comedians they're a strange group in the sense that people are funny or can do that because there's a lot of weird shit that's gone on in their life that sort of brings that out.
And to segue into the other guest today, Adam Carolla, people think Adam and Jimmy must hate each other because, Jimmy's doing Jimmy Kimmel Live and Adam's doing a podcast. Not that Adam's not successful, but how can they still like each other and be friends? And in that universe, I know they're not stand-ups per se, but you think that there would just be a lot of envy and, jealousy.
Listen, if Adam was here now, I'd ask him. The truth is, there probably must have come a moment for him where he could have had that feeling and might have had it for a minute, and then he got past it. It had to have, because they started out as equals, and Adam's successful. See, that's the rub. I was talking the other day about a friend of ours that we used to work with at K-Rock, Mark Coppola. Mark Coppola is Nicolas Cage's brother. He's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew. He's Sofia Coppola's cousin. But, Mark Coppola is a legendary DJ in New York for over 30 years. No easy task. In the biggest market in the country, yet he'll never be what his family is. And I was like, it's okay to be happy with doing something great if it isn't as great as everybody else.
Jim in Ohio, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, I guess I want to start off by saying I don't like Dice. I don't think he's funny. And for some reason, I decided to listen a little bit more than I would have, and I was glad to hear Andrew in because I really found him interesting and what he had to say and how his life was. And I could be wrong, but it's the first time I heard him as Andrew separate from Dice.
I don't know that it's the first time, but it was one of the better times. There's no doubt.
Right, and it was really good. Not saying I still don't think he's funny, but he sounds like a good guy, better than I thought he was.
Yep, you don't have to love everybody, but as long as they pique your curiosity, then we're doing all right.
And that's it. He did good, so that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right, thanks, Jim. We're going to move over to Adam Carolla now and Jimmy. And Howard and Adam spent the first 5 minutes talking about how generous of a guy Jimmy is. And is that true, Gary? I mean, is he that generous of a guy?
It is. I mean, I've seen it. He's, if you talk about something you like, I've seen him send it to people. Or even if you talk about something, like he sent me links to stuff that he's heard me talking about on the air. And, he's on his honeymoon right now. And I just got an email from him with a photograph in Italy. There's a sign for a castle, Castello Nuovo dell'Abate. And he's like, hey, Baba Booey's in Italy, which, it sounds stupid, but like you could send that when you get back. That's just his thing. He likes to send stuff to people that makes him happy.
Well, Adam told that story when Mancho was getting a little successful. They wanted to stop getting each other gifts, and Jimmy's like, no, I not because he wanted them, because he wanted to keep giving them.
I totally get that. He's that way. After my debacle on his show, he sent me a Tom Seaver autographed baseball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Now, did you think that Howard was impressed that Adam said something at the wedding, or thought Adam was kind of pushing his luck when you heard how the story unfolded?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's a part of Howard that wanted to get up and talk, but there's also, it's an interesting group, and you don't want to. If you don't talk, you don't fail. And he's like, you know what? I'm here for fun. I don't have to get up and talk.
Why was he so put off by the fact that Adam drinks every night before he goes to bed?
I don't know. I mean, Howard used to drink a lot. I don't think he drank every night before he went to bed. I don't know. I was laughing today because, Howard was saying that, John's fat, Benji's fat, Jason's fat, I'm fat. And I was joking that when Howard's fat, nobody's fat. When Howard's thin, everybody's fat again.
Oh, so you think he's saying that because he's in good shape for APT?
I mean, I think when I think, first of all, I never thought he was, like when he said he was 15 pounds heavier, could you see that on him?
No.
Does he look like he lost 15 pounds
No.
too? He looks the same all the time.
Yeah.
So you don't think any of those guys are fat?
No, I do think they're.
All right.
But
Just making sure.
I think I'm thinner than Benji.
Yeah.
No, but I think the correlation you're making is as Howard's weights drop, your weight increases.
And he's more comfortable pointing out who's fat.
Yeah. And then somebody pointed out there are, like Will, there are a few, Steve, there are a few thin people here. But also, Jason's sweat on the back of his shirt did not help matters.
Did you see that this morning?
You couldn't miss it. I asked if it was raining outside because he was that wet. But what can you do? Getting back to Adam, I mean, Richard, I don't know if Richard drinks every night before bed, but Richard drinks quite a bit. But look, that's just the way he is. And it seems like there's a part of Adam's personality that Howard has a tough time relating to. Is that fair?
Yes. I mean, he's a guy's guy about, when it comes to building stuff and cars and his drinking. And Adam also has a very much like, I don't give a shit attitude. It's like, I'm going to do what I want.
Well, you heard that when he was talking about the politics and, how Hollywood makes you choose a side and this and that. And Howard has to be voted for. And he's like, I don't vote. And immediately Robin was like, well, then you can't talk about politics if you don't vote.
I sort of agree with that. If you're not part of the process, then you're just a person on the sidelines yelling and making noise.
Let me ask you guys, because you just mentioned Robin, and we've talked about the Dr. Drew thing, and Adam kind of was asking, hey, Robin, do you have a problem with me? Did you guys pick that up?
Oh, yeah, no, he went at her. He's like
a few times.
He goes, what are you, the angel on my fucking shoulder? And he felt she was breaking his balls. Do you think she was breaking his balls because he's a friend of Dr. Drew's?
Sometimes she's extra critical with people, and it did sound like she had a little bit of that today
when she said that his book hasn't sold any copies. That part.
By the way, what's the basis of that? I think his book did pretty well.
I think it did well too. I don't know. Maybe there is a little Dr. Drew venom spewing out from Robin.
Interesting.
But then he talked about the movie he's doing and how he's raising money, Kickstarter-esque. I know it's not on Kickstarter; it's on something else.
Fund anything.
But how is that different than? The government cheese he talks about, is he drawing a fine line there, or was it a fair analogy to make?
I think it's a fair analogy in the sense of what you're saying is when you do this, and again, it's fair to say it if you're going to just be upfront about it, is I love this project, but not enough to put my own money behind it. So I'm going to see if the audience wants to fund it, because then I could do it the way I want to do it. The point of why these people bring all these projects there is because if they go to the studios, then they have to do it the way the studio wants them to do it. So they're bringing it to the people because they're like, you can be part of our whole process, and we're going to do it the way we want to do it. But he's right. You're asking, he's probably got the money to fund it. I think, it would be foolish to fund your own movie because it's $1 million is a lot of money to give up.
Well, Howard said, sell a couple of those cars and you can fund that movie. And
I thought what he said about the concerts was a fair and a good way to look at it. When a band comes to town, you don't have to go see them. And if you want to, you can buy front row tickets or you can buy a balcony ticket.
But you sort of know what you're going to get at a concert.
And I think Adam's fans saw the Hammer and they know what they're going to get out of this one.
Again, I have no problem with the Kickstarter thing whatsoever. Nobody's twisting anybody's arm.
Is there any project you could think of that you would do that for?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, he just died, but I kept using the analogy. If they were going to do a Sopranos movie, and I'd probably throw $100 in. I would, before Gandolfini passed away. That's a show that I really care about. But I don't know.
I meant more of a personal project. Like I could see JD's doing something like that. Like he wants to make this movie, but he wouldn't want to exploit. He would feel like he was exploiting the audience if he did that.
No, I would. I think that I'm not at a level where I should start taking people's money. But I am willing to throw in $20 for the Kajagoogoo reunion.
You throw in $100 for a Sopranos movie, Joey G calls you for the rest of your life. By the way,
Jeff in New York, you're on the wrap-up show.
200, he doesn't.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to say that, Adam Carolla is pretty much the Howard Stern of the internet world. He's got, a massive following just like Howard. Yeah, so just, throw that out there to you guys.
No, I know his podcast is tremendously successful. Steve Brandano's a huge fan of it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I should say that I'm a big fan of Adam Carolla's podcast, and maybe that's why I'm defending him a little bit.
Steve's the one who told me that he's the podfather. I never heard that expression. Steve told me that.
Well, the other thing is his booze is, doing amazing.
Is it?
Yeah. He apparently brought some with him because he did a bunch of shows from Caroline's this past weekend, and I heard he sold every single, he brought 4 cases, sold every single one.
Mangria,
it's all the rage.
Have you drank that stuff?
I had a party at my house. Someone brought a bottle. I had a half a glass of
someone
one.
who's a real fan actually purchased.
No, they didn't buy it. Someone from this show who got the ones that they sent brought it to the party. But it was the thought that counts.
Is that weird when somebody brings free shit to your party?
No, because I was happy to have Mangria at the party. But
If it wasn't Mangria, though.
Yeah, it would be I know where you got this. But still, it's nice. It's
Understandable.
Nice. Thought that counts.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked about Alec Baldwin's interview, how he deals with Twitter haters, and how we all deal with Twitter haters. And then we heard from Ronnie and how he single-handedly saved the hottest chick, biggest fan contest. He'll tell you for himself.
You heard the great Alec Baldwin. And Gary, when him and Howard just start talking, it's like they could be sitting on a beach out east just bullshitting about a bunch of stuff. They're very comfortable with one another.
Yeah, and Alec's very amused by Howard. Like I thought it was a great moment today where he said, "Oh, I love how you asked me about my movie acting, and then you're going to follow up with something about my private life." But Alec, he's sort of, he knows what he's getting. He likes Howard, and he's never been short on speaking his mind.
This is a question that really goes to all you guys. With Twitter, like Alec can't let it go. And I understand when you can't abandon your account because someone picks up your name if you decide to cancel it, but you can't, he doesn't want to read it, but he wants to read it. He's retweeting now because he doesn't want to tweet, and it's this whole thing. But does it surprise you that he reads what other people have to say, and it really affects him?
It doesn't surprise me that he reads it, but it does surprise me that it affects him. I always wonder how celebrities pick up the tabloids, and there's always rumors of whether somebody's gay or whether somebody's cheating, and it just, I don't know, it just seems to, some people let it roll off their backs, and Alec's one of those people who just doesn't let it roll off his back.
No, he doesn't let anything roll off his back.
But I was talking to you about this earlier. Like, I read tweets and I get really upset by them, but I try to ignore them. And I said, how do you handle it? And you said you just show it a different way. What do you do, like break dishes?
Not dishes, but no, I mean, look, on Twitter, it's part of what you...
JD, how do you handle it?
Yeah, JD, how do you
in other words, if somebody would write today, JD's a fucking loser.
Oh, I had that.
Like,
I did have that today. I blocked him.
So you just block people?
Yeah.
But see, I was doing that for a while. Jason turned me on to that.
And if someone's being a real dick, I'll put report for spam.
But if you block someone, aren't you... in essence, haven't they won? They've affected you.
I don't care.
They got to you.
I don't have to see what they have to say anymore. So there.
See, I even stopped blocking people.
Well, then you're just keep reading their bullshit.
Well, Ronnie, how do you deal with the haters, as you call them?
I ignore them, and sometimes I answer them. Sometimes I aggravate.
Well, see,
them.
that's what they want.
Yeah,
they want
but
the
I
attention.
aggravate
Wait,
them.
Ronnie, if you ignore them, then you can't answer them.
Well, I do both. Okay, John, what are you doing, man?
That's John's fault. He answered the question that way.
Yeah, exactly. Stupid question. But I said I ignore them, or I'll answer.
But can they like affect your day? Like, can they really?
Certain things. There's one guy who really used to get to me, but him I blocked.
How about you, Benji?
He was saying things.
There's so much
shit.
of it. It's like it really on Twitter does not faze me at all. There's just so much, and you realize everyone gets it. No matter who it is, everyone gets it. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I can imagine, like, if Mother Teresa were alive and had an account, you would just be horrible to her.
Yeah,
Some people.
But that's the great thing about Twitter. I mean, what you type may be affecting, Alec Baldwin or something like that, whereas you would never have access to these people before.
Yeah.
And that's why people sort of come at you in some ways.
Yeah, I liked it better.
The crazy part of it is, though, these same people who hate you on Twitter, when they meet you in person, like at a thing we're at, they love us to death. It's like, we're only fucking around with you,
Yeah, I don't get
we
that.
love you.
I hate whenever they insult you, and then like you act pissed off, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm just busting balls."
Because that's a lot of this show is based on that.
I know, but I don't know them.
Hold
Who
on.
gives them the right to bust my balls?
Because as fans of the show, fans of the show, they feel like they're part of this atmosphere, and they get a chance to sort of do what everybody here does to one another.
I don't think it's not unique for our show at all.
No, it's not. I liked it better in the old days where, like, in the prehistoric days, when if somebody didn't like you, they had to make the effort to put a pen to paper or even send an effects. Like there was an effort to be made. Now somebody's sitting at their computer and their every whim and thought just goes right into the computer.
You saying it's too easy to insult you?
Yes, because I liked it when it took a little bit of effort. Because when it took effort, most people wouldn't do it.
Well, that would be scary to get letters like that.
I did.
Can I just say, and obviously, you know, I like busting on JD and everybody around here, but a couple weeks ago, I put up an Instagram picture of JD and Jason Biggs, which I thought looked great. It
was great.
And I swear, within half a second of me hitting the submit button, it was, whoa, JD, you're fat. Whoa, you're fat. And I felt horrible. I'm like, these people are just like, it's crazy. Why would that be the first thing that you write?
Because that's how you get attention. I looked at that picture and I go, wow, Jason Biggs likes JD.
Yeah, he looked really happy to be here.
Brian in Detroit, you're on the wrap-up show.
And I was fat.
Hey, guys. I'm going to tell you a quick story, but first I'll tell you, there was in that Phil Spector movie, I'm sure you saw it on HBO.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that Al Pacino in his great Phil Spector rant says, any success turns the grateful into an audience and the jealous into a mob. You know, that's so true. You guys have to let it roll off your back because more often than not, you're idiots that envy all of you and what you do and the success you've had.
Well,
so that's just me. That's one man. And Phil Spector, apparently. But the story I wanted to tell you was about Alec Baldwin. He was in Camillus, upstate New York, outside of Syracuse. I was working as a reporter at the time. And I sort of followed him out of the interview that he did for, like a pool of reporters and wanted to ask him some questions. They kind of blew me off. He was in a rush. And I said, hey, Alec, just to let you know, big fan of you on Howard. Stopped, got out of his car, did the interview. Total sweetheart. And so I think it's a testament to his relationship and how well you guys have treated him.
Yeah, I think that Alec's one of those guys that when he leaves here or when he's on the show and he walks down the street in the truck, I think he digs. The truck drivers go, heard John Howard. He always brings that up, and he does that voice.
You know, he's a New York guy.
Right.
I love that about him.
And we're going to move on to the big contest today. 4 very worthy contestants in there, and after all the questions, we found out that Amy was the big winner. She knew the show, knew it well, but I was impressed not only by how all the girls looked, but also by their knowledge. They were worthy contestants. Would you say, Gary?
I thought that some of them missed some pretty easy questions. I think that, they were hot chicks, and I bet you there's hotter chicks out there that know more, but they didn't send their stuff in. So we went with the hottest chicks we had. Listen, the hotness was not in question.
Well, I gave the preliminary test to dozens of girls, and there were 10 what I considered relatively easy questions. And after going through like maybe a dozen girls, I stopped and I went to Gary and I'm like, yeah, enough scoring some on these tests. Are these questions too hard? Gary said, no, go with them.
There's people that are fans of the show, but the questions are harder than like we know the answers.
Right.
But there was I couldn't remember. There was a question on there today. And it wasn't the banners.
The hitters?
No, the hitters I knew.
That was hard.
That's a really hard question. But there was another question.
The Tracy intern wrangler one?
I didn't know
was a little
that.
tough one.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But I knew that.
Oh, I knew that one. I was surprised that the video caddy didn't get correct. I was very surprised by that.
But they all had a different variation.
Right, they knew it, but they didn't know it.
I felt so bad for Steve Brandano because type 1 diabetes is his whole identity, and he was the only one they didn't guess.
Well, I guess it's not as
Black
identity.
Keys was the whole identity.
Well, Black Keys and diabetes.
Gary, moving off the questions for a second, though, and yeah, everyone did know I was a type 1 diabetic, shockingly. But, Gary, the camera on your head all day. Okay? Now, I know that Doug wanted the Gary Delabate POV, but to me, I thought Doug wanted to make fun of Gary. That's what I thought.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I was a good sport about it. I get it. It looked funny on camera.
I give you a ton of credit, by the way. You're always a good sport about stuff like that. You're producing the show. You're pulling the segment together. Well, and you have a GoPro on your head.
Gary's working on a new radio segment where we mic Doug's balls for an entire day. So there will be some payback.
There was some interesting stuff we really did. Today was a crazy show behind the scenes because one of the girls got in late last night because of the accident at LaGuardia Airport, and one of them was on a plane, and when Howard said Gary is the fourth girl here, she was in the elevator. Like, she got stuck in Buffalo last night, and so you have footage of me. I'm dialing her every 5 minutes, and then Ronnie goes out to get her, and she comes up. There was a lot going on.
And Ronnie, you had a lot to do with the big win today, didn't you? You were helping out back there.
Well, the one girl, they lost her luggage, and she didn't have a dress to wear.
And she almost wasn't going to participate today.
Right. She was almost in tears. She was practically crying this morning because she was so bummed out. She had no she really didn't have her makeup stuff. She didn't have her shoes.
And she'd been traveling.
She didn't have a dress.
And she'd been traveling for like the last 14 hours. She was supposed to take a 1 o'clock flight out of Chicago yesterday, and I think she ended up leaving at 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
I took it by the balls, and I went in there and I talked to Megan when her husband said, she has another outfit. And I said, let me see the other outfit that she has. And it was a really cute outfit, actually the one that Megan wound up wearing, a little mini skirt with a top that I made her leave a couple of buttons open. Her boobs were hanging out. And then she took the dress that she was supposed to wear and gave it to Amy to wear. And that built up Amy's confidence to really go and win the game.
What was the big determination you made for Amy's outfit?
Oh, to push up bra to make sure her boobs were hanging out.
Well, she said bra or no bra.
Well, we looked at it both ways, Gary.
We did? You did.
Who's we?
Nope.
Me, myself, and I.
And the Howard TV cameras.
Okay.
We saw her without it, and it didn't look as good, even with the dress pulled down a little bit. Then we put the push-up bra on, and with the dress pulled down a little bit, the boobs were just falling right out. It was great.
When did you become such an expert with this?
And the other girl, Heather's friend, lent her shoes to wear. Her shoes.
Ronnie had her try on with a bra and without also.
Right. Exactly.
So you cobbled this whole outfit together.
The whole outfit.
And she ended up winning.
And she was happy as could be. She went in the bathroom. She fixed her makeup. She was all happy. She said, I'm going to go in there now. I got the confidence, blah, blah, blah. And she won in.
Clearly, we have no need for security up here because right for the half hour.
Is Ronnie her version of performance enhancing drugs?
But Ronnie, listen, I'll give Ronnie all the credit in the world. He knows how to get chicks to look hot. He just goes in there. You know what it is? You know what Ronnie's move is? He doesn't even give him an option. He just said, "Look, you're going to put on this dress. We're going to try it with the bra and without the bra." Like, and
I understand that with strippers, but it's just a girl.
And give her your shoes.
No, he's got a whole. I've hung with Ronnie a lot. We used to do photo shoots at strip clubs, and he does have a way he talks to strippers and a way he talks to, as he would call them, civilians. And the civilians, he has a much kinder approach.
Right. Well, I tell the story all the time. Ronnie and I were doing an opening of a Scores or a Rick's or something somewhere down in Florida, and it was like late at night, and he goes, "You dance with her. Yeah. You come from behind." Yeah. And they all start moving.
Now, JD, you see the success that Ronnie has, and with not just himself but others, and his sort of take charge attitude. Can you adopt that kind of attitude, and maybe it would help you out?
Sometimes I do.
He's trying.
You do?
Yeah, sometimes.
He tries.
Yeah. You don't. I don't say everything that I'm up to.
So give us an example.
No, I don't. I can't think of one at the moment.
But let me explain about him with that Amy girl. The Amy girl we met in Jamaica. She came with a guy though. They weren't even part of our thing. They had happened to.
She said that they were stopping by. Or
they stopped by because we were there.
Right.
They were. Where were they? At Hedonism, whatever it is.
Something like that.
Was that
where?
No, I don't think you said that right. Yeah.
So one more time.
They were at Hedonism. Okay. And they heard we were there. They were at another hotel where this whole thing was going on, and they came over to say hello. And I was real nice, and she was hot, and they were in the pool, and I said, well, why don't you just come and hang out tonight at our thing? And they wound up coming and hanging out. And then they showed up in Boston also. She's from Arizona, and the guy's from Rhode Island.
So Amy's pretty wild. I mean, that hedonism is a...
and that's only her fuck buddy, and that's what I was telling him. I said, dude, you could have fucked her. It didn't make a difference.
That one other girl we talked about on the air from Jamaica said... Remember, we talked about her a couple of days ago on the air, that girl, Allie, who said that she had a boyfriend there, and you were still texting her and tweeting her the whole time.
Well,
so how do you make the determination between, I'll go after one girl with a boyfriend, but not the other girl?
Easy. She said that guy was her fuck buddy, that she fucks other guys.
Amy said this?
No. Oh. Yeah, Amy said that.
So, then that's a no-brainer.
Amy said that. Plain as day. And she said it in Boston also.
So what's the problem?
But the other one, Allie, she was full of shit.
I haven't had these conversations with Amy.
Ronnie has,
obviously.
She said JD's my.
Taking over time.
She said JD's my non-fuck buddy.
Did you get laid in Jamaica?
No, I did not.
I think that's called a buddy.
And with that, we will wrap up today's wrap-up show.